Good evening and welcome. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I need to immediately open up with a massive thank you before we do anything else to Hard Rock Hope for coming on over here and kicking off our evening tonight. Thank you so much for entrusting us with your viewers even before we had fully gone live. That is a leap of faith and not many people are willing to take, and speaks greatly to your trust in the amazing That Other Pond for having suggested it to you. So it shows a lot of good character there on both sides. And One Cheesy Lad, thanks for the follow. We're glad to have you as part of our family. So that immediate gratitude expressed. Again, my name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. We are here tonight to play some Dungeons and Dragons in a game called The Convergence. We are in Season 1. This is a homebrew game that takes place in a post-apocalyptic semi-fantasy realm, which is actually our own, except magic has been brought in through a collapsing multiverse. So, yeah, things are a little weird. And to that end, we'll go around the table with a round of introductions. We are joined tonight with a guest star who will introduce herself as we come around. So if you've been here before and you're like, wait a second, there's an extra body on the screen, there is. And so we're really excited to have June join us tonight at the table, who's taking over one of my NPC jobs because it's really hard to run so many NPCs at once. And these characters are all really awesome and they keep attracting more and more minions, followers, friends. We don't call them minions. I have learned. So anyway, we'll go around the table with our common introductions as to who we are, where we are found, who we are playing tonight. And then, of course, we need some kind of an icebreaker. Bits make great icebreakers. We don't mind bits. Thank you, Wooly Nelson, for that support. You know you don't have to. Just knowing that you're letting Tiffany play with us on a given night is just amazing all by itself. Okay. Let's the wrong word. Encouraging. See? I can learn. Supporting. I'm getting there. Slowly. I'm old. I'm tired.
Aren't we all?
Sib the tactician. And we need an icebreaker tonight. And I think it's going to be this. If JB was running a tabletop RPG for the party, what would your character make as a character? Let's get really meta. JB is now programmed to run a D&D game or other tabletop RPG. Maybe it's managers or was it paychecks and papers? A game of role-playing students and professionals in a non-magical setting. What kind of character would your character want to play? We're going to start with Molly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Barely Molly, or Bear or Molly, whatever you prefer. I post a lot of art, especially D&D art, over on my Twitter, which is @BarelyMolly. And eventually, when my work calms down, we will be playing the second session of Curse of the Sugar Plum Fairy, but as it stands right now, I am working weekends, so that kind of shot February in the foot. But, I thought about it for like 5 seconds, and I've already come up with a campaign. It would be, so JB would run a game where it's like the familiars of other characters all get together to go save their party members who have been captured. I think that would be cute. Like their people or whatever, whoever they're familiar to, they've all been captured. And JB would go and help as well. Well, he'd be running the game, but yeah. I think that'd be cute. So I don't know. I would be, you know what? I saw a familiar that was like a dragon, a mini dragon that hoards gold in someone's coin purse. Like it's a little tiny dragon, like the size of a coin, basically. I would be that familiar.
Did you actually say who you're playing tonight?
Oh, geez. Nope, I got real excited about the idea. I play Samantha Metal, a gnome artificer who has JB, or Jawbreaker, the vending machine steel defender.
And she's not joking. She turned a vending machine into a steel defender as her construct. So, yeah. We'll take it over to Pond.
Hi everyone, I'm That Other Pond. You can find me over at my channel on Twitch where I am playing the heck out of Fire Emblem Three Houses because they announced a new version of that game coming out in June. So I'm getting through all my playthroughs. I also play Mass Effect and I'm on a slight pause right now, but we're hoping to pick up D&D again soon. You'll mostly find me here harassing Lantern and also playing Aveline, the human fighter. I think if she were playing D&D and JB was the DM, first of all, she would need like the rules explained to her like 10,000, like every roll she'd be like, which one is it? Which dice do I roll? But she'd play someone trying to be like really smart though, even though she's not smart, and I don't think it'd come off very successfully. But she'd like to try and be very clever and like maybe like a type of rogue or something like that who's very sneaky. And yeah, I think she would not be very good at D&D in general. She'd want to try and be a sneaky, clever character, but also like naturally, like, I'm gonna go attack this person for everything.
That works. Tiffany?
Hi, I'm Tiffany, or TS, and I play Sibelia Mariani, your human rogue, or ranger, not rogue. And I go by Sib, and sometimes I even have a plan. I think for this, I was very, very sad to hear that it's gone to familiars, because I think I got to go with Fukan. You know, he does not get nearly enough game time. So that Pteranodon, boy, what character? I think he's going to try and be cleric. I think he'd try and go cleric and be very in there all the time, causing problems. Because I think he'd be a bad cleric. He'd try and then he'd like step on somebody. It'd just be awful.
Okay, we're gonna hop over.
Yeah, I'm just here, so I'm not very excited. You can find me anywhere else.
No, that's not true, and we're always excited to see you at our channel here. Yeah. And I love that. Anytime I have something in the works, I have a first stop for. So, do you have room for more D&D in your life? And sometimes you do, which is great.
Yep.
All right, NLK.
Well, my name is Nightlight Night, or NLK. You can find me here on Twitch. We are currently playing through Dying Light, about to start Dying Light 2. So just all the zombies, which tons of fun. But tonight I'm going to be playing Katie, who is a half-orc forge cleric. And likes to hit things with her warhammer. And I feel like for D&D, like Aveline, I think she would have a little bit of a harder time understanding exactly what you're doing. But she would go to her comfort zone. So she would choose a Marvin's pants with a warhammer. And for those of you who may not know, Sib has lied to Aveline and to Katie. And so these celestial horses that we saw at the very beginning of the campaign, she said that they were called Marvin's pants. And we have no reason to disagree or think that she's lying. So basically, Katie's character would be probably a barbarian, and would have a warhammer that it would carry in its mouth and hit things. She's gonna stick with what she knows, man. She's gonna stick with what she knows.
Warhammer Warhorse. I'm down with that. And then joining us tonight is a player that has came to my table. She's going to be featuring in the Ravenloft 1921 campaign, which is going to be my Sunday night games when Dragon Heist wraps up. And since we had some opportunities, we invited her to join the table. June, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm June. I don't really do a lot of streaming. I'm just kind of here playing more D&D because I can't get enough, and I can't also say no. So I'm here. I don't know too much about the character you mentioned running a campaign. So that's about my information. I am pretty much nowhere online. I don't got time, so just call me June.
And we're glad to have you here. About keeping the creativity going. That's the plan. Mm-hmm. That is the plan. So let's talk about minutes from last week. Previously in the campaign, we'll go back a bit because I think we need to. The parties had a couple of run-ins with the Empire. They had an opportunity to meet members of the Queen's Own Dragoons that were acting as kind of a police force, checking in on the areas where the party had made their home at a abandoned, repurposed 7-Eleven that Sam and Katie had moved into and established Sam's workshop in. They were given a convergence shard, which they at the time thought was just an interesting crystal with magic in it. Shenanigans happened. Backstory happened. They wandered off. They met a gnome who had figured out how to reverse the collapsing multiverse. All they had to do was take that convergence shard and put an infinitely small hole in it in order to control the release of energy at a manageable level, because anything greater than an infinitely small hole would release it at an accelerating rate and possibly destroy the universe that they're currently in, which they confirmed in the TED Talk was bad. So the party set out on his advice to go get a particular device to actually create that infinitely small hole, which could be found in a not terribly far off ruin referred to as the Arbor of Anne. They did some wandering. They made their way down the road, dealt with some bandits, and rescued Lindy, who had been held captive by the bandits for several months and was being used as an animal caretaker. They released Lindy. Lindy has joined the party. They fought some automatons that bore the mark of a evil forge god. Now, Lindy had shared with the party up to that point that her town had been overtaken by this Cormag the Mad, who was brought with him this faith of some forge god, which got Katie's attention. They were then joined by Delilah, Lindy's older sister, who she has not seen since the two fled their home roughly 9 months ago. Delilah joined the party, led them off to hunt some bandits. Bandits were dispatched. Shenanigans ensued with that. Lots of good one-liners. It's 2 episodes back. You should check out the VOD on the YouTube, which now has a custom channel because I got enough subscribers to get it. Which gets us in the last week. Some more wandering happened. They discovered that at least one small... Oh, God. Yeah, Les would. Les would do pretty awesome. Not going to lie. Hannah, send me a whisper or message me on Discord. I have an idea that I want to bounce off you. But I can't do it right now because I'm in the middle of a recap. They found a community that had been attacked. There were no survivors. Everyone had either died in battle or there were signs they had been dragged off by those metal warriors. Short time later, they found some metal warriors engaged with some infantry from the Empire. The fight ended. The infantry survived. A good deal of roleplay happened as they talked about where to go. And discovered that Delilah has no love for Imperial forces, up to the point where Sib had to jump in front of her because she was holding a drawn arrow ready to let it go in case the conversations between Katie, Sam, and the officer went pear-shaped. Delilah still thinks she shouldn't have let everyone off the hook that easy, but As it happens, Delilah is aware of shared with Aveline, that Cormag's plan is to raise this metal army and unleash it on the Empire to finally put a thumb in the eye of the Imperial forces. And we ended last session on the question posed by Delilah to Aveline: would you be interested in joining his army as an officer? Because the one thing he doesn't have is field leadership. And before she could give her answer, we cut to black in a to be continued. Are there any proposed amendments to the minutes as offered? The minutes are to be accepted by unanimous consent. They are so accepted. We ready for some D&D? Outer Dork, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? What is this? You don't.
He said he couldn't stay, so I'm guessing he's
Yes,
getting
but
it
you
you out now.
don't need to do that.
Need is such a relative term.
We appreciate it. We really do appreciate it from the deepest parts of our heart. Thank you so much for that and your ongoing support. While the banner is catching up with it, I do also want to mention we also owe a great deal of thanks to everyone whose name is on this list. They are all of the people who helped support us when we were doing our Kickstarter last summer and helped guarantee that the stream came off the way it did, that we have the character art we have for the primary characters. We have the theme song for our opening credits. We owe so much to everyone whose name is up there. And again, tonight is officially sponsored by this group of people because it's such a great supportive group. And I'm so glad I started doing D&D on Twitch because it has been an amazing way to make amazing friends, to meet amazing people, and to tell, I like to think, kind of amazing stories. So, Outer Dork especially, thank you for popping in for as long as you can tonight. We appreciate your support and your membership in our community. It means a lot. It really does. So, with that, let's run the opening titles. Play some D&D.
We are warriors to the very end. We must stay strong. Together we will win. In the universe there is darkness. Danger lurks out there. Danger. The evil tries to get us. It's everywhere. We are powerful. Beside you we will stand. We are warriors till the very end. Together we will win. The Convergence.
All right, now, before we officially begin, somebody remind me next week that the icebreaker question is, what song did your character pick for karaoke? That's next week's icebreaker. We're going to file that one away because I think that's a must. But we're not doing that. We're into the scene. We're going to start tonight, not on the question, but sometime after. In fact, in particular, we're not even starting with the party in view. We're back at the roadblock where the dragon had been slain. Two gnolls riding dire hyenas are making their way around the roadblock. One jumps off, takes a look at the signs of battle, the bodies left behind, says something in some archaic language to her companion. The two look back over their shoulder to the half a dozen warriors following them down the turnpike. They point at the tree line and then make their way towards it. Cutscene. The 5th Regiment of Foot is preparing to make their way back towards the Imperial City. Delilah and Aveline have rejoined Sib and Lindy up on the hill. And the officer in command of the company, whose name you have finally gotten as Lieutenant Humboldt, is ready to move her line out. Is there anything that Katie and or Sam want to do before they make their exit?
I thought we had walked away at the end, but maybe not.
I couldn't exactly recall, so we're going to give you one more chance. If you want to walk away, then off they go.
I think we said we were going to part ways because we asked if they would come and help, and they were like, nah, we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they only had 5 people left?
out of the 30 that came here.
Right.
Yeah. In a week? They've only been here a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've gotten annihilated.
Yeah, they're kind of done. They're a little over it. But I was just wondering if as players you thought over the week, like, oh, we should have asked. You have a chance before they disappear?
Not really.
That's a big old, okay. They don't even bother to form a column as much as a gaggle as they head off towards roughly the same direction as the Imperial City would be from your location. One thing you do notice as they go, they're definitely moving in a way that's not a direct as the crow flies, but takes them a fairly good distance away from the roadblock. This will then give the party a chance to gaggle up and see what y'all want to do from here. Once they're comfortably out of sight, I assume.
So it kind of seems like they're aware of the bandits then if they're avoiding the roadblock. Right?
Yeah, we didn't really ask them about they were just saying that they had done like their patrol, but that everything they seemed to insinuate that the armor was the main reason, but I mean it could have been from the bandits as well. So yeah.
Maybe that is a good question. We didn't ask how long they've known about the armor.
Well, they've only been here a week.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they were sent, weren't they? Or this was
but-
just a regular patrol.
This
I
was
think
just a
they were
regular
just-
patrol.
Yeah, I think they were just sent to see what was going on because there was something like clearly happening, I guess, in this town because the entire town evacuated
Yeah.
or who could, and then
Right.
they show up and all get annihilated.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess they were like doing a regular patrol because of bandits, and then they discovered this. It was like, no, we're out of here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, they're not going to help us. So
Right. Yeah,
No.
they weren't going to help us at all. So better to part ways.
do you guys want to make a beeline for Haven?
Yeah, I
Or
think that was the plan.
do we need to rest first? I don't think I'm not down any hit points. I'm missing a spell.
Sim's a little.
I'm a
It's
little
a
down.
little bloodied.
A little bleed up.
Oh god, you're at 12 hit points.
I
Yep.
am
okay.
a little, yeah.
Wasn't the plan we were going to the camp first and then to Haven?
Yeah, I think we were going to go to Lindy and Delilah's, or sorry, Delilah, because Lindy hasn't been there yet. Their encampment.
I thought that's what we were at, and they had moved on.
It was
No.
like destroyed, right?
This
I
was
thought that
on
was
the way.
another one.
Yeah, this was a
Oh.
different one on the way.
Because
Okay,
we
yeah.
said,
Oh.
like, we turned to
Right.
Delilah and told her that, like, they need to move. Wherever they are, they need to move. They need to get further away from Haven.
Okay.
So, but I think that we were going to make a pit stop there
Yeah.
so that they could tell them to pack up and move, and then we were going to head towards Haven.
Yeah,
Right.
it sounds right.
That works. For
Plan.
me. That works as the plan. You set out in the direction that Delilah identifies, and make your way along the different paths to that you can follow where you can. It's not too terribly long before you come across the signs of another battle. Start over thought. There are some bodies of the blue-coated Imperial Army, the infantry that you've already seen once. You also recognize one of the large wool hats with the plume that marks the dragoons you had also seen earlier. But there's none of the bodies have the similar short-waisted coat with the double breasting. There's no sign of any saddles.
Katie is going to pick up the hat, though.
We were just talking about getting a smart looking hat.
We were. It's
Yes.
very true.
Now we have one.
For emergencies.
Can I, while we're walking, what does Aveline look like? Do you look like shit? Do you look shaken up? Do you look normal? Do you look fine? I don't know. I kind of want to know.
I feel like I look pretty normal, but this is actually a good time. So the group is walking all like with Delilah and everything, right?
Yeah.
So Aveline actually does look over at Sam, like when Sam noticed her. It says, do you know a great place that would be able to maybe send everybody at this camp? Do you remember our buddy DM? If maybe we could slide everyone over there, that might be really helpful.
Yes, I think we do, and I'm gonna pull my map out from what's his face, the guy who sent us up here in the first place. He did give us a map, and then while I'm looking at it, I'm going to cast slide into DMs with Aveline and be like, "What's up?"
Great, thank you. This works. This is a miracle. Okay, so Delilah is part of these armored. She's working with the evil forge god, and wants us to be part of it. She asked me to meet with Cormag, but I don't know if she wants just me. It seems like she potentially wanted just me to meet with her, but I wanted to make you aware of the situation, and you can make everyone else aware, right? It's
a cantrip, so we're good.
I don't know what that means, but cool. I love it.
Do you want to meet them?
Well, we want information about them, don't we? I mean, this isn't my war. It's not something I think I can commit to fighting, but if I can help somehow the short term, but I know that Katie is very concerned about the situation. So if we have a way to gather intel, I would like for us to be able to do that.
Okay, but if it is just you, I don't know how comfortable I am with sending just you in. So maybe say that JB is yours in that case and have him come with you.
JB and I are buddies now, so yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Cool. If you guys wanted to sneak in, I would be more than happy to give you directions or let you know what's going on the whole time.
And if we do take a long rest, I would hate to do it because that's a lot of wasted dragon meat. But I could forget how to make a bag of holding, and I could learn how to make sending stones, which we would be able to communicate over I don't know what sending stone. Can you like communicate anywhere with a sending stone?
Let's see. I'm the DM. I'm supposed to know all the rules.
Isn't it like 100?
No, 120 feet is message, but with a sending stone,
I thought it still wasn't that huge.
Oh, it's a sending stone. While you touch one stone, you can use the action to cast sending spell from it. The target is the bearer of the other stone. So it's it's basically a spell of sending, but I don't think it uses a spell slot.
Is that a copy paste? Although it's pretty good.
Went too long, Polly. Went too long.
Yep.
Yes, thank you,
we got
Polly.
it. We got it. It's the sending spell, which appears to have no range difficulties unless you enter an alternate plane. And then there's a 5% chance the message will miscarry.
Oh, and okay, so a thing with sending stones, they can only be used once and then you have to wait until the next dawn. So, but that is a long range. So if it's worth it, we would drop about 500 pounds of dragon meat on the ground immediately. So
well, I could at least eat half of that.
I mean, maybe
burgers.
We could shove a few steaks into JB if we remove all the Twinkies.
You know, I'm not
Are you
upset
allowed
about
to
that.
do that?
Wait, you're not saying this out loud, are you? This is still in
No,
DMs.
this is still in the DMs. This is still in
Sorry.
the DMs.
Well, do you want to see what everyone else considers about this? This seemed like the safest way to reach out. I'm
Yes.
not sure if I necessarily trust Delilah. It seems like she is a little brash. Perhaps I'm not sure to what extent she would go
Do
to
you
get what she
think
wants.
Lindy's in on it, or do you think that's why she looked scared last time?
I don't know. But I don't think I think she might know of her sister's hatred for the Empire. She seems to, but I don't think she knows her intentions.
Okay. Okay.
We have to feel that out.
Right. Okay, well, I'll just let Sib and Katie know. And for the sake of not taking up a half an hour with this conversation, I have DM'd both of you the information.
And Sim totally thinks Lindy's in on it.
Who's to say? Insufficient data.
And Katie's just going to be like, as long as we can find out what is going on. Like that's her main thing.
Yeah.
Like she feels like we can handle Lindy and Delilah no matter what, either way, that we can handle them. And so, but she's just more concerned with the Forge God situation.
Right.
But I think we just keep on moving without too much anything.
We do want to make camp, though, before we go into Haven. That is a priority.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we were going to go to their camp and
Yeah.
then camp there.
Were we camping with them or camping on the outskirts? I don't think we talked about it.
We'll see what the
Somewhere-
vibe's like.
Somewhere in the vicinity. Yeah, we'll just check out the vibes. If we don't like it, we'll just go on the outskirts. It'll be fine.
You come up on a kind of a tent city more than anything that Delilah indicates is a collection of the survivors from Haven. Lindy will recognize most of the people. Artisans, craftsmen, farmers, kind of just a cross section of the original community. It looks, nothing's very overly established. I mean, the tents have been here for a long time. They're made with a collection of canvases, patchwork things. There's some corrugated steel that's been turned into lean-tos that have had sheets and blankets hung off of to create a tent-like situation. It looks very temporary, but it definitely stays consistent with Delilah's suggestion that it is, you know, it's been here for a bit. People have been using it.
Is this your camp?
Home sweet home.
Do you have some sort of elder or leader?
Not really. We've been kind of just surviving. I mean, we can call everyone together. It won't take too long to pass the word if you're thinking you want to talk to everyone. But
Is anyone hungry?
I do think if you're, if you want to get to Haven, I think we should press on. I can spread the word. I can give you some directions. I can catch up to you.
Honestly, I feel like a huge feast is in order. I'm sure you guys haven't been eating that great living out here, right? It's been difficult. I have 500 pounds of delicious steak. What do you say?
She kind of balks a bit. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And Lindy
was
and
a big
Delilah are
dragon.
back. It's a great reason to have a party.
I
And the
don't think my
Twinkies.
presence is really worth celebrating.
Of course it
We've
is.
We've got dragon meat and Twinkies. We need a party.
Well, now that you've said Twinkies.
See, Aveline.
I will make the burgers. These without. I don't think we have bread, but I will make a thing with meat. You guys can take care of the Twinkies.
Are you planning on putting a slab of meat between two slabs of meat and calling it a meat burger?
Or between two
Yeah,
Twinkies.
is that a thing?
That'd be an interesting texture.
Okay, I need everyone to roll me a con save. Just at the thought, it's a 1d4 psychic damage if you fail. Oh
How
gosh,
do
you guys
I
actually
have
are
a
rolling
plus
them.
4 to Constitution?
I'm joking.
Nate,
Joking.
I think somebody's
I'll
gotta
take my
have
4 points of psychic damage.
lettuce
I'll
or
take my
kale
4
or
points of
something.
psychic.
Kidding. I'm kidding. There go the
I think
rerolls.
mine too. Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's all good. It's all good. Jeez.
I'm gonna turn a little green at the thought, though.
Oh, there's something about that. Actually, Delilah will point out they do have an oven that they've built. So they have bread. And she kind of points off a bit, and you can see where they've built up a mound with some holes tunneled into it on the sides as a basically a camp oven.
So
if I don't-
if you've made an oven, you've been planning to be here for a while then.
She shrugs. You can. Not well. Yes, I suppose.
Nice work.
Yeah, old-fashioned mud oven. Yeah, 18th century troops could put them up in like 2 or 3 days and have them functioning by the end of the week. And the neat thing is, when you left it, we just left a big pile of dirt.
It's good to know that you have people that can make these, because like we said, I do strongly believe that you all should leave within the next day, but let's save our strength, let's eat, rest, so we can tell everyone before you pick up camp.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll introduce you around. And she makes her way around the camp, introducing you to different people as you need. As I mentioned before, it's a lot of people you would expect to find that had come out of a small community. So different trades, farmers make up a decent number of them, who have been kind of subsisting now as hunter-gatherers. The camp's in pretty good shape. Is there anyone in particular you want to meet?
At some point, Katie is going to kind of hang back towards Sib and just quietly kind of lean over and say, I know you probably are already thinking it, but we need to keep an eye on her and make sure that she doesn't sneak off.
I can have Fukan kind of help with that too.
Perfect.
Which
then-
one? Both, right?
I'm more concerned with Delilah at the
Delilah?
moment. I think Lindy was their captive for so long. I feel like if she had been part
Sure.
of the plot, then Delilah would have come and rescued her at some point if she had the power behind her.
Okay. I think they got. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on her.
And then kind of, just casual conversation.
Casual, huh?
Is Fukan making much of a stir? Or are they like, oh, whatever, something else weird?
Yeah, it's a lot of the, like at first there were a few people like, wait, dinosaur? And then it was kind of like, oh, it's with you. And then it was like, yep, that tracks. I mean,
All the kids have wandered out and are climbing all over it now.
is he letting them do that?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I need to have a sound. I need to add to my stream deck a soundboard, just so every time I roll dice back here, I can click a little button. Y'all can hear that I was rolling dice. I think the whole curious has more punch when you know I just rolled something. Things I still have to get figured out for this whole streaming thing.
Are you gonna use that to just roll random rolls and then not use them for anything and just bring up? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of which, no, I'm not gonna make you all give me a perception check yet.
But it's been such a long time.
No, but as you have a chance to kind of get around and talk, they're not sure if they're ready for a feast. It's neat. Many people who recognize Lindy are excited to see her. And it's always good when someone has come back from being out in the wilds. But there's not a lot of sense of urgency about moving. They seem very content where they are. Somehow they know they've been untouched. They're aware of the Metal Warriors. They've heard stories. There have been sightings of them by the people hunting. But right now, things are kind of stable, and everyone's kind of okay with that for now.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead first.
I was just gonna say if we could like find a cook or somebody good with them and say, hey, maybe we can find a way to preserve some of this meat, and then just find somebody to, talk to.
Oh, I was
about
gonna
this
say
situation.
I wasn't gonna do around introductions of the camp. I'm straight going for that big oven, and I'm gonna start
okay.
pulling steaks out and throwing them in there. The smell will get people coming, I promise. I got a lot of meat to go through, okay?
Aveline's
Get
right
this
with
meat.
Sam, and absolutely just anyone who's like coming up for food or anything, she's just instantly like, plating up stuff and just asking like their opinions and thoughts on anything, especially trying to get a feel of what the feeling is with the Empire for this group of people. If they seem more on Delilah's side or more just trying to survive, and this happens to be a lucky spot that they have.
Okay, that's a complicated question. Hang on, let me make sure.
Can I give
But also
advantage in
super
whatever
casual.
role? Because I'm helping with passing out food.
Steak.
Okay. Yeah, Aveline with the tradecraft. Something like that.
People person.
Yeah, well, actually, as you catch up with Sam, who went straight to the oven where they're prepping stuff, and then spotted a set of corrugated steel that's been leaned up together to make a smoking tent. And they suggest maybe you should head that way with it. If you really want to preserve it, you should smoke it. That'll help, lock in some of the moistures and stuff.
Well, I mean, we could smoke like 300 pounds, and then I feel like, what do you say? 200 pounds of dragon meat can probably easily feed this town, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or no? Yeah. Okay, then let's do that.
Yeah. You cook some up fresh to eat and then get some smoking for, long-term carriage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when you get over there, about the same time you arrive, a fairly large gentleman, and he's not, I wouldn't call him well-fed, I just call him big, meets you there, and he's probably about a head taller than Aveline. He's like, so you got something to be smoking?
Yes, I do.
Look at all, yeah. Look
No,
at
what the gee, criminies? Where'd that come from?
Well, this I call Mr. Freezy.
But the cuts, what is this?
Dragon.
Ooh.
It's very tasty.
He's
It's very
delicious.
similar to elk.
He gets down on a knee and leans down at Sam. Look me in the eye and tell me that's dragon.
It's dragon. And I pull out the frost sacks that I harvested from the dragon with my prosthetic hand. I don't want to burn myself.
Good crikeys. You're telling me
Pretty
the
cool, huh?
truth.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, let's get the stuff hanging in there. He goes off, he grabs a couple of logs, throws them in, gets the fire up and going. And lets you kind of get things settled. And he's very quick to help you get them smoking. He introduces himself as Garvin.
Darvin?
Garvin with a G.
Oh, Garvin.
Garvin Baker. It's a long story. Let me make my own notes.
Can
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask what Lindy is doing during all this. Once she's not eating. I know she's eating some of the meat right now. She stole some of it off of the grill, but afterwards,
She hasn't eaten in a
It's
long
blue.
time.
The meat's so undone. It's blue. I learned a lot from my from the animals I was keeping. Tastes better raw.
there are some that definitely do.
I'm just walking around catching up with some of these people because I haven't seen them in 9 months or more. So
Okay. Because Katie's just kind of like observing. This whole camp is kind of hitting a little too close to home, quite honestly, for her a little bit. So it's a lot of familiarity with a lot of unfamiliarity as well.
And okay, can you really quick roll me an insight check
I can.
for Katie? Jeez.
I'm watching real hard.
Yeah.
Paying very close attention.
That is like spot on. Absolutely. Everyone is ecstatic to see Lindy. And it is genuine, like heartfelt. They're giving her hugs. They're catching her up on stories. There's a few moments where you actually like you're kind of watching her and taking it in, and you realize that they've related someone who didn't make it out, and everyone looks like they've all come down a few steps in that conversation. And it's hard to fake those kinds of exchanges. So
Okay.
So you do get that from you definitely will pick up on that vibe. So there's that. Did you want to? So there's that. Sib is also making her rounds. Watching anybody in particular?
No, just kind of drifting around, kind of observing and listening. It's good. Hey, it's a cool tent, or just a little commentary, but kind of keeping an ear out to hear what people are talking about.
So who's actively keeping an eye on Delilah right now?
I probably am. After Katie said to.
That's fair. Okay, now before I ask for any dice rolls, you're obviously keeping your distance. Are you looking like you're keeping your distance? Or are you flying casual?
Sid thinks she looks like she's keeping her distance. It would depend on the role.
Okay, so she's trying to be.
She's trying to.
She's
to look
trying
like
to be
I'm keeping her distance.
Bond-esque. Roll me an investigation then.
Ooh, my -1 investigation. I got a 3.
Awesome.
Really sneaky. I keep doing this for some reason.
Yeah, every time Delilah turns around, you're like. Yeah, so she okay. But you're pretty sure she's not paying attention to you. Absolutely pretty
obviously
sure.
watching Fukan with the kids. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Fukan is unfortunately not terribly interested in the dragon steak.
Oh, I really thought he might have.
No, it definitely is having issues with the dragon steak. He can be placated with a couple of fish that they've caught and they were also smoking.
I apologize for what I said in the chat, then. Probably Fukan reaches over somebody and then goes over and like steals a fish.
Yeah.
Wanders off.
That seems probable. If I remember right, pteranodons are fishosaurs.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they do have omnivore tendencies, though, if I recall correctly. But it's been a while. I'll have to look it up, actually. I failed my drag roll. My children will not let me forget it.
As happens. So what is Aveline going after in her conversation with the cook?
Really trying to be very casual here. So talking about like, yeah, like we slayed this freaking dragon. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's badass.
he demands the full accounting of that.
I definitely give like extra details. Like Sib was swinging from the sign things, and the U-Haul story, everything like that. Kind of bringing in like something like we saw like some jerk in Imperial clothing that just kind of ran off. That's typical of them,
He quickly agrees.
Yeah.
Not worth the cost of the wool of the coat they wear.
Really, and those are nice coats. Like, where do they get that? Is it just blows my mind?
Well, when you make it a priority, there's always stuff for it. Now, if they just put some men out here to maintain the peace, keep the damn bandits at bay.
Are they?
Delilah's gone 2/3 of the time trying to figure out where the next camp is before they can attack us.
So they're looking to attack you.
Seems like it.
Well, that's not very fair now, is it?
No, there's got to do something to keep your security out here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like them for sure. I mean, guys would be pretty lost without her, eh?
Delilah?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't see much of her. She pops in, tells us where there's a bandit camp nearby, and sometimes gathers up a few people to go put it down, and then they all come back, and then she's off hunting for them again.
Okay.
She's doing the work of the whole damn Imperial Army half the time.
I mean, good on someone's got to do it while they're sitting on their asses. Am I right? Like, but well, I'm glad she's here for being able to at least take out those bandits for you all. They're quite nasty.
Oh, she gives us good heads up.
Yeah. You feel safe here because of those efforts, even being so close to those metal guys?
Oh, you mean he kind of jabs a thumb over in the distance away from the. You came one way, he jabs the other way. So,
are they over there?
Now that's where Haven was.
Okay.
Not many go back that way no more. Yeah, haven't been bothering us. I mean, we're ready to move if we have to. But whatever he's up to, and hasn't caused an alarm here.
Okay. Well, that's good at least. I'm glad to hear you guys are pretty safe. Yeah. Here, have this steak. Pass it on. Do you have any alcohol by any chance?
Oh yeah. We got a still set up. Second thing we did when we got here, we built the oven. We built the still, and then we started working on the smoker.
There we go. That's a good combo. I'm gonna go help myself if you don't mind, and maybe.
Okay.
Not too much.
Oh yeah. Knock yourself out, and you watch what. And he points down at Sam. You watch how much you drink. I can't imagine you can take much of that stuff.
Oh, she can outdrink me.
Oh, this I want to see.
Okay, wait. So Sam would like, while this conversation is going on, I assume we're passing out meat to people who are coming up. Are we doing that yet or no?
Sure. Right, but I was thinking you guys were still loading the smoker, but sure. You can get with feeding the people.
I guess if we are feeding the people, or whenever we do that, there's two things that I want to look out for, and it's one, is it all humans, or does it look like there are people here who might have come through a convergence event, like other races or what have you? Like, are there other orcs? Are there other elves? Like anything like that? And the second one is, can I do any type of investigation to see if any of them have the symbol anywhere on their person, perhaps? Like a tattoo or a small
NLK approves
necklace.
of this investigation.
Yeah, can I use my investigation?
You can absolutely use your investigation.
Yay!
Anytime Molly gets to roll investigation, it's a happy night for Molly, and I want a happy Molly tonight.
All my characters have to have good investigation. A 16. Not the best, but not bad.
A little bit of poking around, looking at things, maybe a casual conversation about family heirlooms. As investigation is an active effort. It is not like perception. It's
working
I'll
admire
the case.
The craftsmanship.
you actually don't see any signs of that particular symbol anywhere.
Okay.
Now, as for the makeup of the camp, it is very much human dominated.
Okay.
You do, however, pick up some elves that could be half elves if you are brash enough to ask their heritage.
No,
And I
I won't push that far. It's just more so to see if it's like,
Okay.
because I've been here long enough. There were no other races than humans on this planet
On
before.
Reality Prime?
Yeah.
No, they were all humans.
Okay.
So, but there are within the camp. You do spot among their number a couple of halflings. You spot among their number maybe I think there's a dwarf that nobody really talks to, but he makes little like clockworks.
Oh my god, I need to talk to him.
He's always fidgeting with this or that.
I'm absolutely gonna find the biggest steak and bring it over.
Okay.
Hi
Why
there.
did I not expect that to be something that Molly
You
latches
said he's
onto?
working on a clockwork thing? You don't think an artificer's interested?
I think I'm going to mention my World of Warcraft character in passing, and everyone will forget I brought it up.
Oh, Rob.
No chance.
Haven't we taught you anything? This is like episode 13, dude.
You
That's
throw
fair.
one interesting fact, I will hang on to that until I die.
That's right, folks. This is the party I can keep at a single door for an hour and a half if I describe it in depth enough and convince them they need to run every possible test on it.
It could be sentient, and we don't want to hurt it unnecessarily.
My opinion is the only test you need to run is the hammer test. How well can it stand up against a hammer?
Means one minor detail. Exactly. It kind of looks over. Who's that for?
You.
Why?
We're giving out food to everybody. You know, obviously we've got too much, and I couldn't help but notice you're working on something pretty cool over
he's
there.
got like a large tree stump in front of him, or like a log. And he's sitting on a little bench next to it, and it's a couple of copper sprockets and springs all kind of scattered around. He's kind of piecing them together. Yep, I am.
What's it gonna do when it's done?
Whatever I design it to do.
What are you designing it to do?
Haven't decided yet.
Oh,
Put the gear in.
that's an interesting method of creating something to work off of no blueprints.
It's called art.
Oh, I like that. Do you
Uh-huh.
make a lot of clockwork stuff?
Not really. Don't have much time for it. Try not to die.
Try not to die.
Hand
Do
me-
you get
could
attacked often?
Give me that. Pass me that spring. Use the tongs.
Yeah. And in fact, I'm pulling out. Ooh, callback. I'm gonna pull out a spring from the Est by. High quality.
Think so.
I think this would work
squish,
here.
Squish, squish. Yeah, tension's wrong. Need that one.
Tension's wrong. All right. Well, we can fix that.
You're not talking to an artist.
Uh-huh.
Tension's wrong. What do you
Alright.
need?
Like I said, you said you've been attacked a lot?
Oh, yeah, you know. Things in the forest, wolves, bears, trees. God, I remember the tree. Ugh.
You've been attacked by a tree?
Yeah, some time ago. Might have been before the Convergence event, though. All gets muddled after a while. You get to a certain age, it all blends together.
You were here before the Convergence?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been here through before a couple of them.
Which one are you referring to then?
I don't know.
Huh.
I mean,
That's
they
fair.
happen. You never know what you find. I can't remember where I fought the tree. Is it really relevant? Are you the tree
No.
police? Were you related
No.
to the tree? Do you owe it
I'm
money?
just curious.
What is it you want?
I'm just asking questions.
Well, I'm trying to make a thing here.
Yeah, and I'll help. And I pass him the spring he wants.
Yeah.
Have you been attacked by suits of armor?
Oh, I heard about the suits of armor. They ain't attacked me yet.
So have you lived in Haven long? They attack almost anybody it seems out of this camp.
Yeah, I came out to Haven after the Imperial City showed up and thought it'd be a nice quiet place to relax and entertain children.
It does seem like there's a lot of kids here.
Mm-hmm. There always are children where there are people. Picks it up and it looks like a little globe with feet and a key on the side.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll make somebody smile. Crank, 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 crank. Puts it down and kind of waddles around the little thing.
Hang on one second. I want to check something.
I'm terrified as to what you're checking.
Okay, with my magical tinkering, I would like to boop it and have the inside of the ball have like a... Oh, what should I do? He's a dwarf, right? Can I have it have the static visual of like... Oh, I don't know, what would be really cool? Oh no, like, you know the inside of a music box, like the little figurine that, like, goes around?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have it do that? But, like, with arcane magic on the inside?
So it's like an illusion of a little ballerina dancing inside it.
Yeah.
He looks at it. Well, if you're going to take the easy way to make it pretty, that'll work. You know,
We have our specialties.
some of us actually learned the art the old-fashioned way. We didn't take shortcuts.
Well, I build, different types of things for different reasons, and I point to the vending machine that is pulling meat out of my soda machine gun.
More of that magic years, huh?
Little bit. Little skill.
Shortcuts.
I still have to build it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Probably use mage hands for something to bring ye all your parts, too.
I don't have mage hand.
You call yourself some kind of wizard then, huh? You don't know mage hand.
I'm not a wizard.
What do you call that you did?
Speaking to the device. I've always been able to do it.
What's it telling you now?
You made it to be entertaining. It feels entertaining.
Is it entertaining?
I think so.
Good. Picks it up, grabs your wrist, drops it in your hand.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are trying to help here.
Oh. How do you plan to help here?
Well, you guys lost your home, right?
Yeah,
Haven.
they did. I was just visiting. I'd only been there 6 years.
Oh. You visit for years.
I'm a
It's a
dwarf.
long time.
Yeah. 6 years is a visit. We won't talk about how long my mother-in-law lived with us. That was not a visit.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
35 years I'm never getting back.
If you're just visiting, I'm not trying to be rude, but after all this happens, why wouldn't you go home?
Yeah. Wasn't bored yet.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try... I can't make any promises, but we want to try to help you guys. We have friends who are a part of this, and it seems like, you know, a lot of people have been uprooted and lost their homes. Can you help me out with this? Like, it doesn't seem like you have affiliation really with this town.
Yeah, they're decent people.
Yeah, don't you think they deserve their home back?
If they want it, I'll go with them.
Would you go with us
To what?
to go get their home back?
Do they want it back?
I mean, the two that we've talked to do.
Hmm.
They brought us here.
Well, if you get everybody organized, I'll tag along.
Cool. I'll get everyone organized. And I'll be back. Enjoy your steak.
Yep. He turns and he looks at this clockwork thing next to him. It's looks like a small, I don't know, maybe a raccoon. And it doesn't animate or anything. It sort of sits there and just moves its head back and forth, a very simple clockwork motion. I think we should tell her I'm a vegetarian now. Ah, you're right. Probably make her cry or something. And he goes back and starts working on something else.
I really thought I was going to get something from him. Sorry to waste so much time.
I was curious what kind of questions you were going for, because
I mean, it was like a dwarf guy and this... I don't know, he's like... I've never seen another tinkerer outside of my 19 brothers and sisters, so it's
Fair
a little
enough.
wild
You
to
got
me.
something. You got stuff. You got a little bit of background, and you got a little bit of like a certain level of inertia.
I'm totally making this toy into a bomb, though. That's happening.
RP time is not wasted time. I am calling that out, Shadow. You are spot on.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I haven't had a chance to roleplay Roarlands in, gosh, 10 years now.
I'm gonna drag this dwarf with us to this town, I swear.
Last time I played Roarlands was getting ready for a raid, and I kid you not, I had just put Alex into his crib at the ripe old age of 2 and said, "You need to go to sleep and stop crying. Mom and Dad have a raid." And the minute I said those words, I went back to my computer and said, "Uninstall Warcraft."
Oh,
Like, that's it.
Aw.
That's it. Gotta walk away now. Gotta go cold turkey. That was a good decision. It was kind of like when my magic cards got stolen. It was painful at the time, but I'm so glad I got out of the paper crack. Anyway. Sib, I need Tiffany. Can you roll Sib's, give me a perception check, please?
Yeah. $14.
Awesome.
Like I woke up or something.
Cool beans. Yeah, you've got Delilah firm in your sights. And someone actually comes up to you. She's one of the women that's been working at the oven, and she has like a basket full of loaves of bread. She's like, "Which do you think we should be using for the you call them burgers?"
Oh yeah, you want something a little rounder, nice peppy. Maybe a little sesame seed on
Okay,
top.
so, and she holds it. What about this one? You think we can cut this down?
Oh yeah, perfect.
What about, and she like hands you the basket and starts like going through the ones that are in it.
Is she in front of me so that I can't see Delilah?
Yeah, I need you to roll perception again because now you're at disadvantage.
Yeah. Do you want me to go ahead and roll it twice? Or
Nope,
just...
this is your second roll from the disadvantage.
11.
Okay.
How'd you do that? No. You don't want to. That's more tortilla. That's really taco. That's sandwich. But it would work. It's just a different kind of burger.
Tortilla. Do we need to make tortillas? We can make tortillas. We have a flat oven for that.
No.
We can fry those up.
Not today. Not unless you're gonna do a little pulled pork dragon action.
Oh.
That'd be good.
Oh, that would be really good. Do you have and she keeps you going for a good 5-10 minutes?
Can I try and like just while I'm holding the basket, like change position with her and talking so I can see? I want to see if because
you want to see if you can still see Delilah.
Lost track of,
Delilah's gone.
Yeah, I figured.
Disappeared into the crowd. Don't imagine a
nice.
dragon softens. It might.
Nice bread.
Okay, so he kind of heads off.
Dragons like tacos.
You have a chance to kind of gaggle back up again. What are your priorities from here before you quote make rest for the night? Because it seems to be your intention.
I'd like to see if I can pick up some trail of Delilah.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Since you think you know where she went.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're.
still-
Oh no,
I'm just.
you
really
have a
thinking about
trail.
bread. Oh, it's not Delilah.
You have her trail.
I know where she's going.
You're absolutely sure you know where she's going.
I'm
And
only
that's-
going to try and stealthily follow that.
Okay, you're just. I don't know why I'm asking if you're going off by yourself because that is like the second dumbest question ever asked at this table.
Kind of. Would I glance around and catch eye contact with any of my people? No, I think I'm like really feeling annoyed that I lost her. Let myself get distracted by bread. I mean, really good bread. It smelled delicious.
Okay. Once you follow the trail for a while, you realize that it's not leading. I mean, it kind of loops a couple of times. And you're like, oh crap, this is a circle. You make your way back towards town. I need one more quick perception check from you before we get the group back together. Ah, there's Delilah standing next to one of the campfires in the middle of town.
I'm just gonna act like I'm coming back from like going to the bathroom or something.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem like I was trying to find her.
You have a chance to gaggle back up. Anything you want to do as you do so? Anyone else you need to track down, talk to? Anyone else you'd like to harass?
Harass is a strong word.
I have alcohol for everybody. I got
Katie will
Hey.
gladly take that.
I have no one I want to harass, but I do have a free enhanced defense for somebody. But I have to do it tonight.
That's defense.
So, who has what enchantments that I've done? I have forgotten.
I don't think I have any.
I have the little circlet.
You have the circlet.
Mhm.
I have the hand axe. So
You have
Sib
the
should
hand
have
axe.
something, yeah.
So, would. Let me look this up. Enhanced. Enhance.
I do
Enhance.
kind of want to go chat with Delilah just to see how she's feeling about being back.
And Sib does have the new sword from the bandit.
That's right.
Yes.
Because I sharpened it.
Yeah.
It's very sharp now.
Yeah.
You probably should not handle it too much.
There was a lot of communing with the Forge God as it
There
was
was a
sharp.
lot. There was a lot of questions.
What's going on here? What's going on here? And
Just
Delilah,
generally talk to her.
Delilah was perfectly pleasant. She's catching up with Lindy when you get there.
Okay.
They're continuing to kind of re-find each other. And she's just, happy to have her sister back in the camp.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to interrupt them. I
She'll-
just wanted to.
Definitely.
Do you- how you
she'll
felt?
invite you to talk. She will definitely downplay the need to move the camp. She's still pretty sure that Cormac has moved on to other interests. That it seems that she's seen the Metal Warriors far enough away from here that I think he's leaving us alone.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Sure.
For some. Oh gosh.
Yeah, she's totally lying.
This was
She is-
somebody that was at paranoid about so much.
Yeah, she's totally lying. Absolutely. There must be something going on with the bandits and the camp that Cormac does not want to mess with.
I'm gonna wander off. Hey, I'm gonna leave you guys to get to know each other. Well, it's so nice to see families reunited and give Beth a big hug. And wander off. I'll go find these guys.
Okay.
Is Sib wearing any armor, or do you have a shield of some type?
I don't
No?
believe so.
Sib,
I
I
got kind of a
believe, is
leather hoodie thing.
wearing-
I don't think I have any leather.
You're wearing
armor.
leather armor.
I am wearing leather armor. I told you I was wearing leather armor. Just listen to me.
I'm like,
I
give
don't
me
have
that. Rip.
Hey,
I'm
My
working
best
on something.
you're not gonna coat it in Twinkies or something, right?
No. Ooh, can I like enhance it? Not with Twinkies. Not with Twinkies. But can I like, with the +1, add some of the scales to it? So it's like,
Like a scales
yeah,
across the front.
yeah, kind of like, so that it's like
Yeah,
iridescent
absolutely.
E.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or maybe
Okay,
like just a
cool.
pauldron of dragon scales.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like, so the +1 comes from like the fact that like when the light catches it a certain way, it's like
Cool.
it adds to the AC.
I'm down with that.
Cool.
So, Sam, do you know how to do leather working? I mean, other than this. So we should totally come up with a logo that involves a couple of like Twinkies and a crossbow. I mean, it's kind of our thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Boss it on JB. It'd be cool. I'm just saying
Oh,
that maybe we need a crest.
I would
Right.
love a crest. Oh, a family crest.
The family crest. Yeah, hey. Yeah. A 7-Eleven with Twinkies. Maybe the 7-Eleven's made at.
I love that.
I'm just gonna sketch some stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it. I'm just gonna. It's just like that little kid with the tongue sticking out.
So I would like to do that, and then I would like to, because I get 2 a day, I would like to swap the bag of holding for sending stones. So anything that was previously inside the backpack is now not.
Okay.
But I will put the cold sacks, whatever they're called, frost sacks or whatever. I'll put them like in JB or something. I want to keep those.
That seems fair.
I will upgrade Mr. Freezy one day.
Yes, you will. To that end, as things are winding down for the night, people have had their drinks, they've had some food, the massive amounts of dragon meat is smoking, and they're going to keep people keeping the fire going all night so that it gets really good and it's preserved. Delilah's going to approach Aveline when she can get her like away from everyone.
Evelyn makes that very easy.
I think we should go now.
Now.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, of course, if that's what you're thinking. I just I need to gather a couple things first, if that's all right.
I'll get Lindy.
Sam was okay. Lindy's coming with us.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know because she'd been gone for so long if she was part of this. So
She's my sister.
of course.
She doesn't know everything. I mean, but I want her to be part of it.
Do you think she'll accept this?
Except what?
She just had seemed, maybe this was me just picking up on something that's nothing, but perhaps a little uncomfortable with your anger towards the Empire.
She'll come around.
Okay.
She's her own person, but she'll come around, I think.
You know her better than I do. I've only known her for a couple days. So.
True. Fair enough.
All right.
All right, I'll meet you back here in, 5 minutes?
Yeah, that sounds good. I will have to tell my party something that I'm doing. I'm just going to make up an excuse. I figure you want this on the down low, right?
Unless they're...
Do you want them
coming?
to? We didn't really get a chance to talk about this, so you know.
This is... I mean... This is an opportunity. I mean, command.
I trust them all with my life. I think that their morals fall in a line with ours for this.
Then yes, you should tell them.
Absolutely. Okay. I will go get them then. Just give me, a few minutes to make sure that everything is okay. We're good to go. Did you get any dragon meat, by the way? It's delicious.
I did. Thank you. Yes.
Good. I'm glad. All right. Aveline wanders back to the party. And go ahead.
No. Go, finish what you were gonna say.
Oh, she just kind of gets everyone's. We're all good to go right now if we're ready.
We're all going.
She it was an open invite. She seems to trust all of us, so.
Well, that makes things easier.
So much easier.
I know. I don't know if we could have tried to follow you. She is very quick.
She's very quick and very perceptive.
That's very true. What I was going to ask is during this time, can I regain some hit points?
You can totally take a short rest.
Yeah.
I would really
Absolutely.
like
Is
it
that
on
open
that
for
as well.
Yes. There's the short rest button, and you can
Give me all my superiority die back.
get back your superiority dice, spend some hit dice to get some hit points back. The only big
JB will
downside.
use his second repair of the day to get full up again as well.
Okay, so JB is at full. Short rest, please. Bonk.
5.
You should have. Do you want to use
7.
more than that? 'Cause
Is that okay?
You can spend up to your level in hit dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did 2, so I got 7 back.
Okay. Oh, that's better. It's better. So,
Tiffany,
I'm
don't forget to
actually
add a +1 to Sib's AC now.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so Sib is got 17 back total. All right.
Yes. Sorry. I was trying to figure out how to update my AC.
Doing my math.
If you
doing
just
my
click
math.
on the button where it says armor class, there's like a box that pops up where you can add under customize, you can add an override.
Handy, ain't it?
Cool. Thank you.
And Katie is back up full as well.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Everybody's good. And you're not really down that many spell slots either.
No, of course not.
It's at that many. It's all relative.
Yeah, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right. Let's go. I'm excited.
Okay. So yeah, it's relatively dark. But there's a half moon that's been up. And you're able to follow the trail pretty well as she makes your way in. Lindy will begin to recognize some of the places where the trees have been cleared out or they never grew back in that have been turned into farms surrounding the outsides of Haven. It's not hard to pick up the structures. What once was a housing development that fell into disrepair after the convergences began was slowly being rebuilt. Different homes have been turned into either shops or into multifamily living as people kind of repurposed the space and took advantage of not having to do all the construction from the ground up. You actually spot what we recognize now as an off-road pickup that has a massive harness attached to the front of it to attach a team of horses. That's been probably sitting there for a while. And then as you come around up over one of the rolling hills, you can spot a small keep made entirely of black stone that looks as though it has simply sprouted from the earth. You're all together for this, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
As we get closer, can Katie, I don't know, do a perception check or something, just kind of feeling the vibes out?
Yeah.
Does she hear anything? Does she sense anything as they approach it?
Yes. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. Yeah,
17?
there's a decent amount of, you can pick up some sounds on the wind. Metal being banged together. Sounds of people kind of moving about or trying to move about. And we were going to take a slight pause in the action for just a second to thank Eric for supporting the game tonight. That is a massively generous gift from you. Thank you so much for that kindness. And no. Well, I know you didn't mean to, but we're going to acknowledge you anyways in this moment because we are deeply grateful for your patronage and your support. It means a lot to have you here in our community. So there's that. As you know what? Since we took a breather there, that makes some sense. Although for the record, you didn't put it in the Zoom chat. I've been watching the Zoom chat. Do you just cut right to regular Twitch chat now?
I felt like it was easier.
Fair enough.
I have no shame.
Not really. But that's okay. We love having you at the table. All right, we are going to take a short break. Let everybody get up, stretch, get some water. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. And while we're gone, please thank Eric for the great gift and enjoy a couple of clips from the channel. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.
I'm a genie in the bottle, baby.
I'm gonna go. Common, mother clucker, do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
I'm heading that way. I'll tackle her
she
ass
already has
again.
the potion. She already has the potion.
No, she just handed you the book. And as soon as your hands touched it, she let go and run.
She's not going to take the potion?
She's got bigger fish to fry. Like, gain her ass out of there. You shot her.
I'm trying to unshoot her to the best of my abilities.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Way.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Like, do we think it's going to follow us?
Yeah,
I'm sure it will.
Run it? Yeah, I was gonna say, can we outrun it, or is it like something that's just gonna follow us no matter where we go?
I don't think we can outrun it. I mean, it's not going to come any closer for a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna have to fight
Well,
it.
we could take shelter in the smoldering ruins, right? Because
I don't know if that's gonna help.
We
It's
don't
probably
know what's in the smoldering ruins.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than this.
We could
Oh,
come
yes,
across-
it could!
We could come across like another giant creature, and then we're fighting two at the same time. And then
But
it's
it
terrible.
could be like Godzilla versus King Kong. So if we run into something even nastier, maybe it won't want to eat us. It'll go after the other thing because they're legends and they have to fight. That's how that works.
No, or they team up against us.
You've had a very fortunate life, haven't you?
Beat you, they get to win.
Okay. I can handle that. It's a 40-cent bet to me.
Bet $5.
Table max. All right. 80-cent raise. Oh, this is going to make
80 cents. 80 cents is for fools, young lady.
Oh,
All of
jeez.
it.
I have,
480. Get out.
I can't wait to save these.
I
He's
have
out.
a king. I have a king. Get out. Yes. You were wondering if I had a king? I have a king.
Out.
Get out.
Out. Oh, she's going to go in. She
She's
doesn't
thinking
buy
about
it.
it.
She doesn't buy it.
Because she has a 4.
You think?
I think she has an ace 4.
Yep.
So here's the deal.
She's in.
Some would say, she's in!
Oh.
Does she have the other king?
Yes.
She has the other one?
Yep, but we have the 10. And we take that pot away from her.
Yep.
I feel like we should not be meddling anyway. If there's someone killing someone else, it might be for a good reason. You don't know.
Oh my.
That got dark. Wow.
We have killed lots of people.
For various and sometimes no good reason. Yeah, she's not wrong. Oh, good lord, we're murder
I'm not
hobos.
one to judge, okay?
Am I to conclude the party is going to enter into the house?
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, why am I here?
I legit have been screaming this entire time. So you know what? What is the health of
You're
everybody
also
right now?
full health. You want to like come
All right,
back and join
everyone's
the battle?
full health.
Like, no, we're not. The rest
All
of
right.
us are like highly injured. You're on the
Yeah, we're
outside
all
full
hurting
health. You wanna,
pretty
like,
bad.
The
help out a
jam
little
board
bit?
says that everybody's. Oh.
Oh, refresh.
Refresh
Never mind.
that. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Ember's alive because I just healed for 12. Show us that 12 out of 41.
You
You're
were
like
literally
farting
seeing
around
full
on the
health
outside of
this
the circle.
entire
Like,
time,
come
weren't you,
join
Yansen?
me. I'm full health. Y'all,
Shadows didn't have a spot on the jam on the thing, and I was just like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think we broke the.
Jeez.
Boy, that sucks. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, hey.
I've never seen this before.
Unspeakable brutality.
Yeah, a little closer. Go to the right. Oh no, I dropped down. Oh no, I'm under us.
I think they're sinking.
Yeah, they're
Okay, drop the anchor so we can collect our stuff.
Maybe re-roll.
Yeah, re-roll it. Re-roll it. The birds
Yeah,
are
yeah,
important.
yeah.
Everyone's
We
in on
screwed
the
these-
reroll.
I screwed these birds up earlier. We need
Come
a
on.
high roll.
We got this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh no. Oh my.
So,
Every time! I'm the bard who
Amazing.
does not want to be a. I'm really bad at being a bard.
That is amazing.
Worst bard ever.
Yikes.
The good news is, after this adventure, you can start taking levels of anything else.
Anything else? What the hell? Okay.
He goes in, he does a few loops, he comes back out, and beep.
Okay. Beep once if there's dead bodies in there. Beep twice. No, that doesn't work. All right, beep twice. No, that doesn't work. Okay, beep. Ah, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up. Look, see if I can sneak up and find a widow to kind of like. It's not really the sharpest tack in this box. David.
Special and like not forced or anything. It's just it's brilliant.
All right, and then we have consensus from behind the stage as we come out for our post break pickup that is also a very popular clip among the cast. So that was definitely a highlight, as it were.
This hot cocoa's so hot it's burning my hands and it's glorious.
Now I want hot cocoa.
I put one of those like Fannie Mae mint meltaways in it, so now it's got a bit of mint in it, plus some actual chocolate besides just the powdered stuff.
As one should.
I just cheated and found chocolate.
As one should. As you make your
Yes.
way in towards the town, Katie will pick up that Delilah's pretty close to the front of your group, and she's kind of taking this offbeat path around what remains of Haven. You have the opportunity, if any of you want to sneak into the town proper to get a quick look around before
Yeah, I
you
think I'd like to do that.
head up into the...
Hold on. Before Sib goes, I'm just gonna have to walk up and give you a big old hug, and you feel something heavy in your pocket.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk confusedly. I'm gonna try and stealth away and check it as soon as I get a moment, but I don't want to check it right there.
Okay. Is anyone else sneaking off with Sib? He looks
Not with
around
my
the table
disadvantage
plaintively.
now.
No.
Well, it's dark and she's distracted. I would say disadvantage is canceled.
I'm still gonna stay near Delilah because she seems to like me. She's into me. It's fine.
Okay.
Do you want backup, Sib? I'm not very stealthy.
Come on, Sam. We'll have fun. I'll teach you. So the first thing you need to do is tiptoe and put your hands like this, like you're sneaking. Trust me, it works every time. Ready? Together. Hands up like a buddy.
Right.
And then if you have the song going in your head.
Okay, got it. Do I get advantage with this?
Is Lindy sticking with Delilah and Katie, or is she slipping
Yeah,
off?
I'm sticking with my sis.
Okay.
She brings you lovely enchiladas and stuff.
Yeah, she does.
Out of curiosity, how close is Aveline letting Lindy get to Delilah? Under
Pretty
the circumstances.
close.
Okay.
Yeah. So given like if Lindy is happy to go like closer to her sister, like it's kind of more
okay
observing their interactions. She does want to keep an eye on them though, but Aveline personally is hanging back a little bit, especially if Katie is too.
Okay.
Also, if I'm going with Sib, I'm going to hand the other sending stone to Katie as I walk away. And just, I want it to be inconspicuous though, like I'm not...
Here, partner, hold this, because we're going away and want to talk to you. Yeah, I'll assume that's...
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I feel like I should make you make a stealth check just to see if that's what you do, but I'm not going to do that tonight.
What about a sleight of hand?
It's tempting. But you peel off in towards the town while the rest are making their way around towards the castle-ish thing. As you start to like pass some of the buildings, you can see there's been struggles. There's still broken wagons, smashed pots. And when you step out onto one of what would be a thoroughfare, you notice it's been lined with a series of makeshift cages. Most of them are empty, but some of the closest to you still have people in them.
Is this like the cages that we rescued, Lindy and Fukan from?
No, these are like... Well, you'll have to get close enough to investigate.
If there's people in them, I'm going up to them. Like, we got to get these people out of here. If they're in cages, Sib, come on.
I'm going to hold Sam back for a minute. What we're going to do is sneak around to the back and try and talk to somebody quietly. So we can figure out what's going on.
Sam goes running off to go rescue people, and Sib goes, whoop, 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 whoop.
Grab me by my coveralls.
When did I become the sensible? No, okay, we're going to sneak around, and we will rescue them.
Katie would not want us to leave them.
True. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on first, because we might be able to rescue them in such a way that they don't immediately go get killed.
Okay.
Okay. Trust me, I'm down with you. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and sneak around, kind of behind one that's very shadowed, and see if we can talk to somebody that looks a little bit maybe quieter.
Okay.
Not that I have any idea how that looks.
Roll me a quick perception check.
Yeah.
As you creep around, and Sam probably wants to roll 1 too, because she's just as aware of what's happening as everybody else.
Wow.
Which is probably going to be a good thing.
Yeah, it will.
Yes.
Tell me you rolled more than I did.
I have dark vision. I am alert.
Wait, do gnomes have dark vision?
Yes, I have 60 feet of dark vision.
I do not.
Ooh, that changes things slightly. So you kind of get into, you kind of start to creep up there, and then Sib's about to step out, and Sam takes her turn to grab Sib's belt and pull her back a little bit, like, wait. And you watch as 2 of those metal warriors just walk past the cages up towards the keep.
Do the people in the cages look human?
Yes, they do.
Oh. What was that theory?
How many feet away are they?
20 feet, 30 feet, maybe 50 at the most.
I would like to slide into the DM of somebody in the cage.
Okay.
Can I see someone who's awake and conscious? Or
Most of them look like they're sleeping at this point. But every once in a while, one of them will stand and kind of like push against the, kind of lean against the rails. You're close enough now that the bars themselves don't look like they're forged. They've got this weird twisting pattern to them that look like they literally were raised out of the earth.
I was going to try and see if I could figure out how to break into them from
Before
just
we
observing.
Yeah.
While we're hidden, I'm gonna slide into the DMs of one of them and just say, "Hey, hi, you don't know me, but you don't look like you're doing good. Do you need some help?" You can respond to this message. DM.
Okay. You hear a woman's voice call out, "Who's there?" And I don't mean like message, I mean like shout.
Right. I'm gonna DM her one more time. Listen, you can't be yelling. You can just just inside voice whisper. I'm asking, do you need help?
And again, you hear the shout, "What are you doing inside my head?"
So okay, again, you might not want to be screaming or we're gonna have to go. I'm friends with people from Haven who made it out. Do you need help?
And then still loud enough to be heard. Yes.
Okay. Do you know the best way for us to get to you and get these open?
No. I haven't seen a key since they put us in here. The bar's just open for people to be taken out. And he's been taking people up by the dozens to that castle thing.
Okay. Well, don't panic.
What's there to panic about? I'm hearing voices in my head.
Well, I have a name.
Well, you haven't offered it yet.
What's your name?
Oh, I was supposed to give my name to some random voice in my head?
All right, I'm Sam. It's fair.
Think the words.
Harriet.
Harriet.
She gets her name as Harriet.
Okay. Okay, Harriet. Well,
because reading down this list, her names are not Comfort, Desire, or Constance.
No.
But Harriet works.
Don't freak out, Harriet. We're gonna wait for the coast to be clear, and then we're gonna come try to get you guys out. But just be advised, you might see some people coming at the bars that aren't armor, but we're trying to help, all right? We're gonna figure this out.
Sam, did you ask if she knows why they're in there?
Do you know why you're in there?
No. We were just living, and all of a sudden these things attacked our settlement and dragged everyone off that didn't raise a weapon against them.
That was like 9 months ago, though, right? You've been in this cage for 9 months?
No, that was a few days ago.
Are they from Haven? Because I can hear Harriet, but I don't know what she's asked.
DM, I'm not getting this wrong, am I?
DM reminds you of that settlement you just stumbled across. Yeah, there's the nod.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, all right.
So
Let's not mess with this poor woman. I'm not saying this in a message, by the way. I'm talking to Sib now. Let's not. I don't think we should. They've been in a cage for a long time. She thinks she's only been in there for a couple of days. I'm pretty sure they're probably pretty Looney Tunes, right?
Well, we don't know when that village was attacked, so we don't know how long she spent. But the tracks were pretty fresh, so probably not that long.
But didn't they say that town
I think that was a different group of people.
Oh, okay.
She said they were brought in. Their village was attacked. So I think this is different. Oh, God, how many people have they done this to? Okay, we're going to be back.
Meanwhile,
soon.
Delilah's leading you around. She looks back over her shoulder and takes a moment and then looks at Aveline. We're missing people.
Aveline just. Oh, I think they went pee.
It
We
had
just
to-
had to, they said pee break.
Did you not hear, Delilah?
No.
Sam had to pee. She has a very small bladder.
It's because
And
she's very
so-
small in general.
Right. And so we have gotten used to this traveling with her. I'm sorry. We should have mentioned it to you. We just take this as normal now.
Would you two love to roll a quick d20 for me and add your persuasion skills? Just, I don't know, just see what happens.
Like a persuasion or just a random?
Persuasion.
19.
Okay. Jeez, criminies.
I am very convincing.
I mean,
look at this face. This face would not lie to you.
I mean, the tusks.
The tusks.
The tusks.
I haven't known Katie to lie in the few days that I've known her, and I'll be honest, I don't know much about. What is she, a gnome?
Yes,
Chris?
she is a gnome.
Yes?
Yes.
I don't know much about their peeing habits to say otherwise.
I'm sure they will be back momentarily. Small bladder also means that it does not take her long to pee.
The logic is sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
It is true.
We have caught her.
Do you wanna
we
wait
have
for
caught
them,
her
or-
drinking from the soda.
How is it that Sam never seems to run out of Red Bulls? Everyone looks at JB.
Amazing.
She's a really good artificer.
Who was drinking my
Bingo.
hot chocolate? You almost made me spit that out.
Oh, June, welcome.
I know, right? You gotta.
I'll be
you gotta
very
sit-
angry if you make me lose any hot chocolate. I don't get around.
That's fair.
That is very fair.
Oh, and I think Polymorph just won the chat tonight. Sam
I
drinks so
know.
much Red Bull, she has a flight speed of 5. Congratulations, sir. Thank you for coming tonight.
Well done.
So I'm pretty sure that Sam and I were heading back after.
We don't
say,
have
like-
to.
Oh,
Because
what
I
were you
gave
doing?
a sending stone to
Yeah,
Katie.
they'll call when things are bad.
Are we going to
And
go
by the
explore
way-
more town then?
My sending stones are totally Batman walkie-talkies.
I was
1,000%.
Yeah. I was picturing Nokia flip phones.
Ooh. Non-destructible.
I had my dog eat one once and it still worked.
Oh wow.
See, there
That's
you go.
impressive.
He was a pit bull, if that gives you any more context.
I have cats that are the size of a pit bull. Does it work? Not quite, no.
She looks at Aveline, like, regularly. Are they dedicated? Are they willing to join? Because we can wait for them, but if their hearts aren't in it, I think it's important for Cormac that we be dedicated and we be ready to step in.
I spare a glance to Katie, perhaps like trying to get a read if she thinks we should just try and push forward and let them continue sneaking on.
Katie will give her a small nod.
Yeah. We can't have potty breaks in the middle of war like this. So perhaps they'll join us if they are committed, or they'll find their way back to the village at the very least.
We don't want to waste Cormac's time.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Okay. And she starts to lead you around, and the trail kind of pops out at one end of town and lets you come out right in front of this obsidian keep that has been risen up. In fact, you can even see streaks of dirt in some places still, where it hasn't fully washed away. The clay is still kind of like stuck there permanently. And the ground still has that similar swell to it. And if you go up the main stairs to it, you can see right into the center. And I'm actually going to pop open over to the owl bear here And pull this up for... Well, that's not supposed to be that way. I thought well, too late now. I thought I fog of warred it. But let me...
If it helps, the upper, like, there's like 2 looking hallways that I can't, they're just like black blocks. So it looks like you did fog of war for us.
Yeah, we can only see just
I?
that center bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I look on the stream, I can see it, which was an accident.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had the wrong button toggled in Owlbear Rodeo. So that's what you get.
No. I'll just delete what I saw from my brain.
That's fine. And as you kind of look up the stairs, you can see the anvil. You can make out the 2 statues, easily looking up the stairs at it on either side. And this massive red, and you can see like a fountain pouring down of just molten steel that's being recycled. And a man stands with his back to you at the altar. And Delilah will point him. That's the one you need to talk to.
Katie is not taking her eyes off this man, but she is going to bend her head towards Delilah. Are you going to introduce us?
Oh, yes. If you would prefer me to, I assumed you would introduce yourselves.
Does he know we are coming?
Oh, yes.
How would he know?
You think all of this doesn't carry with it some power?
Katie looks around. So it's dirt and like stone, right? It's
Right.
not metal.
Right.
Okay.
Delilah,
Yeah?
is that who I think it is?
It's not what you think, though.
Not what I think. What am I supposed to think?
He's doing good.
Doing good?
He's bringing the change that we need.
Destroying our town is a change we need?
The town is still here.
But he destroyed it.
People will come
and he
back.
He killed so many people. You're just forgetting that?
We were wrong. They didn't die. He didn't kill anyone.
Then
Trust me.
where are they?
They're part of the army. They're part of the
Choose
cause.
to be?
Well, who wouldn't choose to take a stab at the Empire for all they've put us through?
Did you give them a choice?
It wasn't the question I was to ask.
So you forced them to fight in a war.
No. No one was forced. This was something we all knew in our hearts had to happen. And talk to him.
They
You will
agree.
see. Talk to him and you will see.
I don't want to talk to the person who destroyed our home. It's
Then-
because of him that I left and ended up with the bandits.
Then stay here with me while they talk to him. Let them hear his side, hear his case, and then decide for yourself.
I
Please.
would rather be with them for the moment.
Fair enough. And she'll take a step back and gesture into the entrance of this castle.
I'm gonna slowly start walking in.
As you start to make your way in a bit more, you spot something that had been shadowed between those 2 columns, which are rows of men and women in chains. Each of them has a spear, a halberd, a sword, either at their feet, in their hand, at their side. And the purpose is not entirely clear. Meanwhile, how are Sam and Sib doing?
How much time has passed?
How much time needs to have passed before you're ready to do something?
I mean, it has not been an hour, right?
No.
Dang it.
Why?
Because I have the right tool for the job.
In an hour.
Yeah.
That's a
Can
bummer.
you move around while you're? You have to concentrate, right?
What tool are you hoping to use?
1 hour of uninterrupted work. So
You don't have an hour. I mean, there's still
Yeah,
every so
I
often you have to
didn't-
step back because those guys go walking past again.
Okay. But I am proficient in wood carvers, thieves' tools, tinkerers' tools, and smiths' tools. Perhaps the smiths' tools? We could give this a whack. Maybe I can.
We can see if we can get to the back of in the shadow behind some of the cages.
And
Yeah.
Smith tool, the bar's open.
I don't know.
I'm verifying that's what your plan is.
Yeah, or
Okay.
any of my tools. I will try literally. I have an herbalism kit. If I think that will help, I'm going to try it.
Go rub it with some aloe vera,
Well,
see
we
if that
can-
loosens it up. You know, kind of makes it a little more pliable, like a tight muscle.
Yes.
You know,
I will say though, I am going to touch the back of JB and make a static visual effect of the what's his name? The fake forge gods symbol that's on the
right.
chest of the people.
Mm.
I'm gonna put that on his back, and he's gonna kind of like block us. You know what I mean? He's a steel defender. He's basically what they are, right? If he's got the symbol on him, maybe they'll leave us alone.
No problem.
Right.
You get up into position. You're like, okay, I can break this one open, and you.
Can I try some of your tools?
Yeah, you get the hammer out, you get this caliper thingy out, and you think if you just clamp it on, you hit it really hard, you might start to bend it. And you hear, Classy, what are you doing there? You're gonna make a ruckus wake up the dead themselves. They'll add a bunch of zombies on top of the steel thingies out here.
Mackenzie?
You ain't think anybody else would find themselves caught out in this nowheres?
Mackenzie, what are you doing here?
At the moment, not much, but sitting on my arse.
Well, but we're.
You know how to get out of the bar?
Jeez.
You want us to pass the forge tools through to you? We can, Fukan and I can go make a big racket.
And you think I want to be making a racket trying to break these bars open with those?
No, but
no,
we have to get out because Katie and
Nah,
Aveline
no, you
are
don't.
headed somewhere.
You don't need to be getting out. You need to be getting up into that keep. You gotta stop at the sacrifice.
What? They're sacrificing people?
That sacrifice happens tonight. All hell gonna break loose about here. You mark my words.
Wait.
Are you gonna be okay in here?
I'm in a cage. I'm not okay.
Well, can I?
He takes
But I'm-
people up and he
I'm a-
sacrifices them, and what happens today?
I
if
cannot
he
make it clear
sacrifices?
enough to you that I'm not gonna be any more okay if that sacrifice goes off.
Sam, pass
Yeah.
Mackenzie the tools.
Yeah. I'm
Let's
gonna
go make
give you
some
the
trouble.
tools. I also have in my inventory a short sword. I'm also gonna push that through the bars.
What am I gonna do with this wee dagger?
If they come in here, it's better than nothing.
Looks at your fist. Looks at the short sword. You make a point.
We'll be back. I promise. We will be back.
Don't die.
I'm trying not to.
Sounds like we got to go to the keep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Fukan kind of do a flyby over the village and see if he
Okay.
can do it discreetly.
What you looking for?
And I'm looking for numbers of those armored things, and I'm looking for is there anybody else on the street other than these armored warriors and these people in the cages?
No. There are pairs of metal warriors walking patrols, and then there are these cages lining the main road.
Hey, Mackenzie, before you leave, do you know how we stop the sacrifice other than, kill everybody, nick their stuff, but is there anything particular that needs to not happen other than sex?
I just to know from what I've been picking up from what's been put down around here, that when the sacrifice is finished, the Forge God is coming through to our side. The last thing that this town needs is an avatar of a Forge God marching about, and especially one what made those metal monsters.
Aren't you a Forge God? Never mind. Didn't we decide that Mackenzie was a Forge God? Okay. Okay. Sam, you want to go have some fun?
Yes, and I'm immediately gonna pull out my walkie-talkie and little and Katie, stop the sacrifice. They're trying to pull the god through to this side of the world. Mackenzie's in a lot of trouble. We're headed your way. Kill everything, but don't kill the sacrifices. This is a lot of panic. What way to the thing?
I love you so much, Holly.
And don't forget to take your finger off the button. You get one shot at this. You get one message. Make it count.
Over.
Over. I mean,
you broke the DM.
I'm sorry. Okay, what am I supposed to do?
You know you broke it because he took off his glasses and turned red. Like, the only thing he didn't do is fall out of his chair.
I have a seatbelt now.
There you go. There you go.
That's cheating.
Next week I'm gonna have a 5-point harness.
Yeah, that's cheating.
He's very safety conscious, our DM.
Drink responsibly.
For the weak.
Okay, so what does Katie do with suddenly the rock in her pocket, or the walkie-talkie goes bleak and starts talking
out loud, so everyone hears this.
That's a good question. Let's consult
I think the
text.
spell is everyone within a 10-foot radius, maybe?
No, the creatures. It's a slide to DMs on steroids.
Well, that's a lot safer than how it originally played in my head.
like a howler is in my pocket now. It's just like screeching.
Kind of awesome and very Sam.
Yep, sending 3rd level spell.
So it's just to me.
Yeah, it's just in your head.
Okay, then it's not a Batman walkie-talkie. It's definitely a Walkman.
Little earbuds.
Now only you can hear it.
Right. Okay. So Katie is just going to freeze mid-step as she's getting all of this information. And like as she's processing this, like her face turns like into just a like just to horror. And she like slowly turns to Lindy and to Aveline. And like she is just like her brain, like she is not fully processing what's going on here. She looks at these people on either side. How close are we at this point to this guy who has his back to us?
That's a great question. I'm going to put... No, Sib's not there yet. Sib.
Sib, you got here so quick.
I need my hand tool. We'll put you
She
outside.
can teleport.
You're not there. I grabbed the wrong token.
Ta-da! We're here. You're
That.
safe. No, wait.
And then there's Lindy standing back here in the doorway.
I do have an idea, though.
And Lila's back there.
Well, Lindy came with us, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Lindy was coming up with you.
Yep.
So Lindy's standing back there Delilah's back by the door. And the dude is, we'll use the fist icon, is right there at the anvil in the front center of the room.
And the men and women on either side are basically within underneath the outstretched arms of those
Yes.
things. Okay.
Yes, you have Oops, wrong button. You have non-combatants.
Okay.
Along here. And along here. Well, non-combatants is a weird word. They're all armed. but they're chained.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not there, but just as a player, are they do they look conscious or under their own?
They look awake but exhausted. Actually, check that. They look awake and anxious. Exhausted's the wrong word. Anxious.
Okay. The weapons that they're holding, do they just look like standard weapons
Yes.
at a glance?
At a
Okay.
glance, but there's nothing like they're not covered in rust. The pole arms look solid. They're full shafted. They look armed to fight.
Okay. But are the weapons, can I tell from this distance and just like as a sweeping glance, are they freshly forged or are these weapons that have been here for a long time?
You would not be able to tell at this distance.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll give you this. As a cleric of the Forge God, you would pick up the vibe that they are not magical, they're not summoned, and they're in good repair.
Okay.
I'll give you those.
Okay. No, that's totally fine. All right. So going back, she's going to very slowly turn, eyes wide, to Aveline and then slightly back towards Lindy. He's trying to bring the god here. Oh my god. And she like slowly looks back. Sam said something about a sacrifice. I don't know if the sacrifices or the people or the weapons. We can't let this happen.
I agree. I swear, I had no idea.
I know.
We believe you.
Aveline,
we need
what
to
do
get
we do?
closer.
We need to get closer.
Yes. Just play the part until we can get. He's by that anvil. That has to be some sort of power, right? It's a symbol.
It would make sense.
Okay.
A sword and an anvil. And very stiffly, she's gonna start like walking. Like her hand is itching for the warhammer right now. Like she is fighting so hard to not put her hand on that thing.
I'm gonna be behind the two of them with a hand on a dagger that I have on my side, just gently resting on it.
Aveline will very quickly just take Katie's hand and give it a squeeze, kind of like reassuring, and then let go and start walking forward very confidently.
And with that, Katie will follow that lead as best as she can.
Given the circumstances.
Given the circumstances, subtlety is not her strong point. But...
Give me a quick perception check.
All of us?
Oh, yeah. I'll give you guys the freebie on that.
She's a little preoccupied.
Oh, yeah.
A little preoccupied.
All right. Punt. Okay, there you go. Hack. There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. As you get to about that point, you're at the first columns. Cormag turns to you. He's a massive man, broad-shouldered, barrel-chested. You can see down his arms are just ripped. Where the cloak he's wearing is sleeveless. It goes all the way down to his feet. It's all black. Except for this white patch down the middle where it offsets the black symbol of the anvil and the sword. Who presents themselves to join my army? Rid this dimension of that wretched witch in her imperial city.
Aveline immediately takes a knee down in front of him. And as she does, I'll roll a sleight of hand check if needed, but she tries to very discreetly gesture to their left for Katie and Lindy to notice.
Okay.
18.
That's very discreetly. A lesser DM would now make them roll to observe it. But
But you're not that.
What are we looking for?
she's so discreet, nobody sees it.
Don't want to kneel.
You
Don't want to.
You glance off to the side and you see that Delilah has made her way up the steps and is standing there in that hallway. And she's watching, but she seems anxious as to what's about to happen.
Does she have her bow out?
No, she does not.
Okay.
It's at her side.
Okay.
It's not up or anything.
So yeah,
On a
as-
whim.
Okay.
One of you, whoever has the highest, roll me Arcana.
I'm a -2.
-1. Wait, how?
I have a +2.
Oh, there's our
There we
one.
go.
I have a 5. I have a +5. Dang it.
17.
That's
Until
pretty good, thank
Lindy,
you.
Aveline
I'll-
had the highest with a -1.
I'll tell you something if it happens. Oh, you don't need to kneel before me. Step forth and announce yourselves. Who is leading my armies?
Aveline rises to her feet and totally just, taking charge here. I have experience with rebellions. In my home, a similar situation has taken place, and I feel
Puts
your
up a
wrath.
hand. I asked to know who. Present yourself properly.
My apologies. My name is Aveline Voigt.
And your accomplishments. Why should you command?
Because I've commanded armies bigger than the one you have, against empires more terrifying. I have lived war my whole life.
And you are prepared to lead the armies of the Forge.
As long as they'll listen.
Oh, these soldiers are as obedient as any. And you, he points at Katie, the smith, stand and present yourself so that you might be recognized.
I am already recognized by my god. Who do you serve?
I serve the Forge.
Which one?
There is but one, the source of war, the cause of destruction. Here we forge the blades that build empires and tear them down. Who do you serve?
I serve the forge of creation. I serve the forge of exploration, of help, of aid, of kindness, of progression.
You sound like you come to cut me down.
It sounds like you may be a blasphemer.
About nowish. JB and Sam and Sib will make it to the entrance. Yoink. Yoink. And a JB. Is JB in the front or the back?
He's underneath me.
Check.
Can I send Fukon
Oh, I
up
forgot
the wall
Fukon, I
into the
forgot.
ceiling?
Stinking pteranodons.
It's okay. You can forget about him for a while longer. He's got a plan.
That's what scares me. You and plans are never good. Nothing good
Sometimes we're fabulous.
come from plans.
Well, that's what I've been saying, but nobody believes me.
Anyway, about now you come in to the scene. If I am a blasphemer, where did all of this come from? Who gave me this?
As I come in, I'd really like to draw my bow and fire.
At
him.
Okay. I'm sorry. Do I have you in the wrong panel? I have you as Tiffany. Molly is the one that interrupts my monologues.
Interrupting the villain's speech.
Well, I was teaching her how to stealth. You know, she was teaching me how to interrupt. We're kind of what is it? Job sharing.
That makes sense.
Here, let me just fix this for the people at home. There, now you're in the right box. Anyway. Okay, sure. Roll me your attack roll as you come running up there, like in stride, just boom. And the arrow flies like over his shoulder and right into that column of molten steel. And you hear that, like, it doesn't even cackle, it just disappears into it.
Really want to re-roll, but this is probably not the time.
You got a couple.
Can I re-roll? Because that'd be really cool if I could manage to hit him. If you guys are okay with it.
Sure.
I don't hear anyone arguing with you.
Come on.
Oh, 21!
Nice.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You hit him, and he rolled damage. As this is definitely a wound of some kind.
I always forget to do hex. Darn it.
A
That's only
5 is not a wound. A 5 is it definitely shook him up.
Yeah.
As he has to duck away from it, and he's... Are these friends of yours? He turns to Aveline. You came to serve me.
Aveline immediately grabs Lindy and has her hand axe to her throat. And very quietly to Lindy says, I will not hurt you. I need you to take care of your sister. And she announces, she's like, they're no friends of mine if they are betraying you. Get out of here, otherwise she'll get hurt.
I'm not going anywhere.
Not you. She wants to see what Delilah is doing right now.
Oh, so now she's paying a point of watching back at Delilah?
Mm-hmm.
Delilah looks relatively horrified at the fact that you've got Lindy under a blade.
Right. And she looks at Sib. She's like, step out of here.
Everyone takes a step back.
I will unmute myself and take it back.
So you're talking to us?
I trust.
Yes.
I trust
She's
Aveline.
talking. She's
onto something.
Aveline is appearing to be against the party currently. For like a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna step back because that'll also help deflect the fact that Fuklan is like moving over the.
Like perching up on that staff.
Yeah.
But yeah, she whispers to Lindy, can you distract your sister?
Can.
Okay. And so when everyone takes a step back, she lets her go. And she turns back to Cormac and says, see, no problems.
Lindy's gonna run back to her sister.
like you, I can do what needs to be done for the sake of a cause.
I have great respect for that. But my real question is, do you and your compatriots have prowess in battle?
Do you want to see? Come on.
Oh, I do. And
Step on down.
I would hate to see these lovely people hurt because you didn't have it. Bring your worst. He takes a hammer off of his belt and he points it at Katie. I call you blasphemer.
And I call you ugly.
Call you a bitch.
From the door.
Can you do anything in response to that?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just needed a second to recollect myself, all right? That was cool. That was like... So, with that, Katie is going to slowly bring out her warhammer and point it back at him. I'm trying to think of something cool to say, and I can't think of anything. So,
Say something for your god.
Yeah, sorry, I buffed that one.
Could
we'll
I use a bonus action in this time?
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on you so that you glow like the same glow as your smite, but your entire body. Just blinding, and you are now sanctuaried.
Okay. Can you remind me what that does?
So I've warded you against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target.
Until the target attacks.
Yeah, so until I attack him.
He'll protect you against an alpha strike.
Yeah, if the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell, or that affects the enemy or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if he comes at you first, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to pound Aveline first. Then when you pound him, he can pound you.
Okay. Fair enough.
If that works.
Okay. So I thought I'm so sorry. Thank you for the buffer. So holding her warhammer out, she says, "Let us see whose God blesses us this day."
As you do, he turns and slams his hammer on the anvil and then throws it out to the side. And there's a moment where that red molten iron surges up out of the well and just slams down over him. And as it washes away, he has grown to twice his size. When he turns back to you, his face is contorted and there's a single massive eye at the front of his face. And he lets out a primordial roar and charges down the stairs towards you.
Okay.
Shall we dance?
Shall we dance?
I'm going to take that token off and put the right token on, which would be the Cyclops token.
So wait, so when he did that, did it like burn him, or did he just like reveal his true self?
It feels more like the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get some initiatives. Let's see how things go.
Great. Ooh.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Do.
9.
Like, don't worry about Aveline. She's just.
She's
She did
pacing.
enough.
I'm just here.
30-20.
Let's take a little nap.
She's tired from all this acting.
Yeah.
There it goes. Man, sometimes that is a pain in the butt. All right, Aveline is at 6. JB is at, well, Sam is at, Katie is at 19. Lindy is acting on a, whoa, wow. You guys did really well on that roll.
Yeah, 30-20.
Feed me your 20s now, folks.
No.
Feed me those 20s at the start of the combat, please.
I have a question.
Yeah.
On the combat tracker, it says AC 15 for Sib.
Yeah.
Did I accidentally move it up twice on my sheet? Because I say 16.
I think you did.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Because you were with your, when I looked with when you had your leather, you've had 14,
Okay.
and that's why I put the 15 on it.
I just wanted to make sure that I had it right. Thank you.
Okay. And I'm going to move, the one thing I got to make sure is right here is JB goes after Sam, and Fukan goes after Sib. All right. June. Our little rogue has the first action.
Oh, fun.
What would she like to do?
Well, she was told to distract, so she's gonna distract the sister. I'm gonna grab her hands and say, "Please, Lila, let's just get out of here, okay? Clearly, this isn't. We can start over. We don't need this god. We can just. Let's just go."
In that moment, Delilah looks horrified at what's happening. And we'll look back and we can't leave your friends alone. You need to get in there. I'm not leaving. I'm not fleeing. We have to help them. And she starts to reach for an arrow.
You're gonna fight against him?
For her action, she'll draw the arrow and knock it and continue to talk to you. So for her action, that's what she's going to be doing. But yeah, she looks ready. As soon as you get out of her face, she's ready to start those arrows flying.
I've got your back if you've got mine.
I'm going to quietly slip over here real quick. Bing, 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 bing. Uh-oh. Okay, while we interpret the results of that moment, I'm going to pass around a fresh link to everybody because it's also not updating on the stream. Son of a motherless. In the time we've been playing tonight, my subscription has run out.
Oh! That's fun.
Surprise!
Oh, no.
Woof. Exactly, Waba. Exactly.
Oh,
All right.
no, our initiative.
There's your
It's
fresh
broken.
link.
Broken.
All right, problem solved. I love how it does that randomly. It'll just decide, by the way, you need to, re-up your $5 for the month. Here, we'll do it in the middle of your game so that you really know you like this tool. Flip side, it's a really freaking awesome tool. It's called Improved Initiative. And aside from randomly breaking down the middle of a stream, it is like worth every freaking penny. Not gonna lie. Okay, so that being the case, now everyone has an updated tracker. June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lindy has no intention of, Delilah has no intention of helping with this fight right now. You have no idea why, but she just lied straight to your teeth, which was way more direct than that time that she got into that time when you were kids. Leave it at that. We probably shouldn't talk about it.
Right.
God damn that.
I know she lied.
Yeah, that's a natural 20 on your insight check.
It was? Oh. Cool.
I didn't want to draw your attention to it in case it was a low roll. I didn't want to show that you were making an insight check, but with a natural 20, I'm going to give you that freebie.
You're lying to me.
It's good to be the DM.
Yeah, it is.
I'll throw it here in the Zoom chat, too, if you guys need it there. And she just cocks a grin. But she doesn't say any more to you this round. I would love to know, meanwhile, what Sam's up to.
Wait, can I do one more thing?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger and face her. Don't make me do this.
Well,
I'm gonna hold my action.
This just got real. What is it? What are you holding for, and what's your trigger?
I wanted to use my dagger if she tries to pull back her arrow to cut the string of her bow or something like that.
Okay, you want to mess with her shot. That's fair. You're ready for that. If she pulls her arrow, you are on top of it. She is tied up. What's Sam doing?
Immediate thought is to get these people out of here. So I'm gonna tell JB, keep them safe, and he's gonna run up and be ready to defend and also hold his attack for when big guy comes down. And I would like to go to the chained up people down at the bottom of the screen, like these people here.
Okay, so you're going that way?
Yeah. And you can tell me, is there a locking mechanism on these chains, or are they like the rest of it where it's like made of the landscape?
They're all every wrist cuff looks solid, but it has a hoop, a ring on it that has the chain that goes through it. So once the chain on either end is released, they can all pull free.
Does the chain have like a locking mechanism to it?
That looks like it's like forged into the wall.
Okay, then I would like to acid splash where it connects to the wall.
Roll damage on that.
I don't have to roll to hit it?
It's not moving.
Okay, cool.
You're like, psh.
4.
Huh, that's an interesting roll. Let's see what kind of con save it makes. Okay, not this turn, but next.
Okay.
You might burn your way through it.
Okay.
And JB is just protecting them?
He's used his movement to run up to be within 5 feet of both Katie and Aveline, and he is holding his action to attack the Cyclops guy.
I dig it. I dig it. So then that takes us to Katie.
Yup. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to think of what to do here. Okay, so he has full like armor stuff on him now. Does he have like a helmet?
No.
So it doesn't have a helmet, but has like breastplate, greaves, whole shebang.
It's more like just bits of leather and fur and bulk.
Okay. Oh, I thought that he had gotten like armor on him.
No. No, he just burst up as this massive Cyclops.
Okay. All right. Well then what Katie is going to do is 5, 10, 15. All right. She is going to cast Bless. First level. And is going to cast it on Aveline. 10, 15. Aveline, JB, and herself, actually. Because I think Sib will be able to... Sib is farther back, so... And then that'll be her blessed. That'll be her action. And she is going to move this 5 feet to like right here, to be over by the pillar right here.
Okay.
As long as I can.
That'll work.
Okay. And then that's where she'll end her turn.
That takes us to Sib and Fukan.
Okay, I'm gonna hunter's mark this guy. And I'm gonna take another shot, and then I'm gonna move just another shot at him, and then I'm gonna move for the other set of prisoners and see if I can figure out how to release them.
Okay.
I don't.
And Fukan. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. And he's marked. All right, take your shot.
I forgot what I was doing. Sorry.
So he does.
Ooh.
Wow,
26.
that'll hit. Throw down that massive pile of damage. Stinking rangers.
Well, it's only 6, but let me do the
6 plus the mark.
12.
12. That will, the arrow will lodge into him, and he kind of takes a step back from the impact and kind of growls as he starts to roll forward.
Before he rolls forward, can Fukan do a flyby and try and hit him in the chest, and then just hit him backwards and then fly off?
Yeah, can do a flyby attack.
Yeah.
So move, fly. Where does he want to land after his move, attack, move?
I think on top of the
I think he gets 40 feet of move, so he can get.
Can you get on top of one of the figures?
Not quite. He can get back to the other railing.
Okay.
He can do that. That's 40 feet, so that's his move.
Okay.
His move, attack, move.
Okay.
So we can totally do that. He ends up over there, and he makes his attack.
So do I haven't used him yet in an attack way. So
and I got your back on that then, because I have a Pteranodon in here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I can hit you on that side. He rolls a 12 total, which is not going to connect.
No. Okay.
He kind of like gets in there and snaps, and mostly like grabs at the leather and the fur and the bulk, and has no appreciable effect on him.
Well,
Aveline.
hopefully I distracted him a little bit.
Little beat. How's Aveline handling all of this?
Aveline's great. This is more her scene than trying to play the game. She's over that.
Like, okay, game is over. Time to kill things.
Yeah, exactly. She quickly says thanks to Katie for the blessing, and then just goes in with her greatsword. Can she make it?
What's her move?
It looks like she can. 30, yeah.
Oh yeah. You can rush them.
Let's
You
go
give up.
smack him in the
You give up
face.
the protections of the Iron Defender, but you get to be on the offensive, which has to feel pretty darn good right now.
Yeah, she likes that, She's over this guy. So coming in. But not really. I'm just gonna spend a superiority die to try and fix that.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to me?
No, it's fine. It's fine. So instead, I'm going to actually use my action surge to try and do that again, because that was an 8 to hit. And no, thank you. Oh, same roll. Okay. Aveline's just like, she was distracted by the one eye. That's like really gross to her. She's never seen that before. And so
It is freaky. It is freaky. It's a massive creature that's bad.
Yeah. It's
chat wants to know if you want to re-roll that.
If everyone's down for it. Cool. Thank you very much. How? Same roll 3 times in a row. I'm gonna go
Did she
switch
hit
out
just
my
for that?
dice. Yeah.
Blight.
I'm gonna mark that.
I'm gonna be like,
Did you roll your D4?
oh, I did not.
Because you're blessed.
You can roll your D4, but
Does it help?
Not
Even
really.
if I go 4?
This guy's pretty hard to hit. I mean,
1.
it's oh god.
Oh, 9.
9 totally hits.
Yeah.
Throw that down. Yeah, try refreshing your page.
9. 9 no hit.
Or maybe go into your settings and switch your dice type.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the pink fuzzy dice.
Pink fuzzy
that's
dice?
the end of my turn. She just flips him off or something.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. And now it gets his action, which is perfectly timed. Quick recap for the Raiders. I will say more in a second, but as you come in, we are deep into Dungeons and Dragons. The scene you see in front of you, as soon as New Flower Alert steps out of the way, an evil cleric has transformed himself into a cyclops and is really mad at the party's half-orc, who is also a cleric of the same god type. Possibly the same guard, hard to say, but diplomacy broke down as it often did, and we are deep into that combat, and it's action. So it's going to be doing its thing. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to take a chance to look straight down at Aveline, who is going to give me a charisma save.
We learned from this session I'm very charismatic.
We did.
Natural 20. The dice worked.
Now, there you go. The new dice did the trick. And thank you, Cassie. I try to make sure there's enough that even if I can't talk to you directly, you can see. I got to keep going. All right. So you look up at it, and there's a moment where its eye appears to spin. And Aveline kind of blinks a few times and kind of shakes it off. It's then going to bring down its fists on her, just battering her with a 1 and a 2 for a 1 and a 2 for, okay, that's not bad. Aveline can handle that. Because that's just 21 points of damage.
Hold up. I would like to, so I do have, I have parry. So when another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend one superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll plus your superiority die plus 2.
I would roll that.
Yeah. So it's a D8.
Excuse.
Get an 8.
7 plus 2, so
9.
9. So
you only took 12.
Yeah, that's way better.
That's way better. See, she's like a tank. It works out fine.
That's why I chose this, so I don't die.
It works out fine. And we're at the top of the combat round. Nobody died in the first round of combat. And that's what matters. And while June plans for what Lindy's going to do on this action, I want to take a quick second and welcome the Raiders. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. We do Dungeons & Dragons here, Sundays and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And so we have a lot of fun. And we're right in the middle of this is our 13th episode of this homebrew game. Hang around if you can. We'll talk a little more when we get to our wrap-up point. We'll tell you a little more about how the world works. And then we have this really awesome Discord you can always pop into. And you can talk about it there too. So on that note, June, what is Lindy doing?
All right. Delilah has her arrow knocked in the bow, right?
Right, but she's not drawing it while you're like threatening her. But she does point out your friends need help. And as you look over your shoulder, you watch as the Cyclops basically picks up Aveline with one hand, slams her to the ground, and then hits her with the other fist. Which she kind of rolls away from the second one. But as she picks herself up, she's like, oh gosh, that kind of hurt.
All right. Then I'm just going to go for it and cut the bow of her arrow, the string of her bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll an attack for that.
Oh, no,
right?
it's...
No?
Under these circumstances, yeah, you just pull back your dagger and the string snaps. And she looks at you horrified, like, how am I going to help? How will I help now?
Yeah. And can I just like punch her in the face?
That you're gonna have to roll.
Great. Great. What does an 11 get me?
An 11 will get you not a hit.
Not a hit.
No, she'll take a step back and kind of push your hand out of the way. It's, why are you attacking me?
I'm gonna glare at her and then I'm gonna run in. Actually, no, I'm not gonna run in. I'm gonna keep her away from the fight. I'm gonna have my dagger ready and a fist ready, and it's like, I don't trust you no more.
Okay. Although I will point out to you at this point, she is now officially unarmed.
She is unarmed. She doesn't have a.
No, she just has her bow.
Okay then.
Yeah, but sibling. I think it's really
wait,
unarmed.
it's siblings. Okay, I have 2 siblings. I would give anything sometimes to just throw down with them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's your truth. We're gonna let you live it.
Yeah. I want to get one good hit.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. For Delilah's action, she is simply going to be going full defense at this point, and that's all she's doing. Tell me about Sam.
So I have a question.
I have answers.
My acid splash, if it succeeds on it and its target fails a dexterity saving throw, which I assume a chain would.
Probably would.
It attacks twice, so it's 2d6 because it splashes out.
Okay.
So can I roll that for the last time, or can I add that to this time?
Add it to this time. You
Okay.
roll your damage. I'm gonna roll the con save on the chain.
Okay.
Okay. As literally I'm making up rules, but that's okay. That's what you do.
So 2d6 then, since it wouldn't save a dex save?
Right.
Okay. 7.
Okay. Spray, and then pow, the chain breaks.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell the people, run, get out of here.
And they kind of, the nearest one to you pulls himself off the chains and drops his sword and takes off running.
Yeah.
The next one pulls themselves, they're coming towards you to come off the chain, and he's got a halberd, and he looks at you and goes, why aren't we fighting it?
Can I talk to him?
Sure.
Because you are a sacrifice, and if you die, he will pull an eldritch god through to this world.
But we can fight it. We're armed.
If you want to fight him, sure, but just don't die.
Okay. They're going to take that under advisement.
Okay.
As is the DM.
And then, if that works and they're good and they're gonna do their own thing, they're people, I trust them. I'm gonna run. I have, how much movement do I have?
25.
25.
You're little. You got little legs.
Baloney. But Acid Splash has a range of 60 feet. So actually what I'm gonna do is run behind run behind the pillar that's closest to Katie. If I can make it that far. 25. Oh.
Sure.
Can I make it that far?
Sure.
Okay. And I would like to acid splash these hostages' chains.
Okay. Start working on that.
Yeah, that's
Right
my
around the corner,
next
it's like,
thing.
oh,
and then
look at that one.
Yeah, and JB, however, will run up. How much movement does he have? He has 40 feet. So can he make it to them?
Yep.
Okay.
You mean
he's gonna,
up to Aveline?
Yeah, right up
Yep.
to her, and he is going to body slam this thing. Yeah.
You got the dice for him on your side, so go ahead and roll his attack.
Okay, it's a I've forgotten how to do anything. Oh, it's a +4. Okay, so.
Charge,
17 plus 4.
Will hit. Roll some damage.
Yes, okay.
As the steel defender defends.
1d8 plus 2.
1d8 plus 2? Oh, I don't type that in yet. I need a number. It's getting late.
7 plus 2, so 9 damage. As he just, slams,
Slams into the Cyclops, and the Cyclops kind of looks down at this thing. Not a forge creation. Abomination.
And he just, like, looks at Aveline and does the thumbs up.
Katie.
Oh my god, I can't. Okay, so sorry.
You're fine.
The thumbs up got me.
As it does.
So Katie is watching all of this. She sees that Sam is trying to free them. She is going to turn to Sam and say, Sam, the moment though that you free those prisoners, go by Sib. Get as far away as you can. Can she respond?
Never.
That's teamwork.
That's teamwork. Sam, I need you to be safe. Please promise me. And then she's gonna, without like letting her finish, she is going to run up 5, 10. How much? Oh, I got 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If I go here, can I hit him or do I have to get over one more?
No, that's fine.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And then when she gets up there, she is gonna take her warhammer out and she two-handed gonna try to smack him straight on his noggin.
All right, go for it.
All right, so that is a 15, but I also have a D4, so I'll
Okay.
roll that because I'm blessed. So that brings it to a 17.
You want to re-roll your D4?
Yeah.
Okay, are we sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
It's the 4.
There you
so
go.
that-
Boys.
All right, bring your damage.
Okay.
Technically, you have
Alright.
3 re-rolls. You probably won't get burned through them tonight. But I'll try to remember. I'll let those carry over for a change.
Get
Wow.
free. So it just goes bonk. I was
Just
trying
saying.
to get around, JB.
I will say this. If you re-roll that, you have a 100% chance of not doing less damage.
It's up to y'all.
I'm
We've
just
already
saying.
burned one reroll.
Go for
on
it.
this one.
Go for it.
There's
We're almost
3
done.
more in the
We
book,
have 'em.
and we have people that may want to like really just keep pumping it up. You never know. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
Okay. I just want to make sure everyone's okay with it. All right. I'm done. My turn's done.
Oh,
Good try.
wow.
You had to say 100% chance of getting.
I know,
No.
right?
It's a 100% chance of not doing worse.
Not
It's
doing
not
any
worse.
less damage.
It's not
the
worse.
same.
Yes.
It's the same amount.
You know.
Throw the mouse away.
The dice give
I
it.
changed to the all
dice
black
take it
dice.
away.
I don't even know how to
recommend
change
it.
dice. I'm gonna figure
Sometimes
that
if
out.
you just refresh, that'll help too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
reset the
Algorithm.
rolling one twice is worth. Yeah, you're not wrong, Polly. You're not wrong. You're not wrong in that. Okay, so Sib and Fukan.
Okay, so I forgot that I moved my character now, and I didn't move it last time. But so I was gonna move over to the other people, but I forgot. So whatever.
You're just standing in the doorway, just going.
Yeah, it's. I guess let's take a couple more. I thought I had moved. I had taken a shot and moved over, but that's okay.
Do I move over now?
Well, since I saw Molly went over there. I want to get on top of the pillar.
Other columns.
Columns.
They go all the way up.
They go all the way up.
You can climb one, but I'm not sure where you're going to go when you get to the top.
No, it doesn't actually have a
Like,
top.
Okay, I'm up here. Now what?
All right, I'm gonna move. But I'm gonna shoot him first, and then try and move into a better position to have a better angle to hit him and not, Aveline.
Put the die down. What happens with it?
I'm going to shoot.
Why does it happen? Because it happens. Roll the bones.
21.
21 will hit.
Nice.
Roll your pile of damage.
You make it sound so big. Not that big.
I've seen some pretty scary ranger builds.
I know. I've only got 7 though.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Could be worse. Not nothing.
He's hurt. It's still kind of a green hurt, but he's hurt.
I'm gonna move.
And then Fukan will do another flyby. I assume is what you want him to do?
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah. He rolled a 1.
Fukan.
Ouch. That's not
I
good.
think I can move to there. I think.
Yeah, compete with fires. Yes, they can. They compete. We had one in another game that was competing with rogues. He was broken. Speaking of broken, Aveline spits out a couple of teeth, picks herself up, and does what?
She is pissed as hell, so she is going to try and just stab this guy right in the gut with her greatsword.
Okay.
Really hard try. It's fine.
It does not.
Does not. But yeah, that's all I got. Actually, what I will do is no, because JB's in the middle and the 5 feet is more. Nope. Yep, that's fine. That's all. She's just the eyeball swirling freaked her out a little bit.
It's definitely freaking her out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's great.
That's definitely fair. The good news is you're not the threat anymore. So he's not going to pound you. He turns that one eye at Katie, who's going to give me a charisma check or charisma save.
Okay.
And see what effect it has.
I thought you were talking about he was going to target JB.
Jeez.
Deuces.
Jeez. What's the point of having a really cool stat block if y'all keep making your saves?
I'm sorry, we are rolling like poop right now.
Right. I was gonna
Says
say.
the woman looking down at a 19.
No. These don't count. I mean, they do, but like,
but they don't really count.
Would you like it not to count?
And okay, it fully counts. Yeah. It really counts, though. It truly counts.
Sorry. Yeah, now it's going to crush you. Since that didn't work. Oh. And neither did those. Darn. So let's recap. There's this giant cyclops. Where do you go? Well, you kind of... That's fair. You're in the keep of the mad cleric of the evil forge god who has been transformed into a cyclops. You're in the process of freeing the people that have been brought here for some form of sacrifice who were armed. Lindy and Delilah are up on the steps, and Delilah is pushing pretty hard for Lindy to get into the fight, herself now being completely disarmed as her bow has been broken. There's some action to be had that we're going to have to resolve next Wednesday.
I don't even get to know what he hits me for.
He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't?
Nope. He missed.
Does he at least have a bloody nose? Is he fine?
He's not fine. He's hurt. It's a darker shade of green, so you're going in the right direction.
How many teeth does he have? Is it more or less
Can
than
we
12?
pick up his
This is
teeth and put
important.
them in mine?
I think
Listen,
Emily,
just kill him
Emily
and you can
teeth
take
are
them all. Just kill him, take them all.
We did get
Make a
dragon
whole new
teeth
set of
before, just
dentures.
saying.
We did. We have dragon teeth. Now we can have cyclops teeth.
I sense a pattern.
Yeah.
I
When you
definitely-
get
Maybe
a start
like
a collection.
a dragon grill that you could put in.
Oh my god,
Oh, it'd
yes.
be incredible.
When you're gonna start a collection, it's important to do it with the unusual specimens first.
Those are harder to get.
Absolutely.
Adds value. Legitimizes it.
Is that how that works?
100%.
But yeah, it's 10 o'clock. It's after 10. We usually run about 3 hours. This is not the first time we've left off in the middle of a fight. And y'all seem pretty okay when we do. So we're
Just
gonna
like 3 more hours.
just like
It will
Well,
take us that long to bring this thing down.
you know, I keep
Yeah.
I'm watching. We're supposed to get ice tomorrow, and it's supposed to start to really freeze over around 9 a.m. So I'm watching my phone for out of an abundance of caution, let's not have school tomorrow. And if I get that before I push the raid button, we'll finish the combat tonight. But if I have to deal with teenagers at 7:15 a.m., I am not going 3 more hours.
It's legit.
That's just it. I have my limits. So that's where we land with that. Kind of winding down. We usually go around the table again and reintroduce ourselves, especially since we had some people coming on the raid. Let them know who you are, who you were tonight, and what we also talk about stars and wishes. So the stars are the things that stood out as that was neat. We need more of that. And then the wishes are things we wish we had more of, or we wish maybe it hadn't happened. We share the stars with the stream. We share the wishes off stream so that nobody's afraid to be honest with me about how the game's going. So we're going to go back around the table, literally as you're looking at the table as we sit here. So we're going to kick off our closing wind down with NLK.
Hi, my name is Nightlight Night or NLK. You can find me here on Twitch. I stream a lot of story-driven games, but tonight I was playing Katie, the half-orc forge cleric, who is not happy about someone besmirching her god. That's the word that I wanted to use earlier when I was told it. I wanted to use the word besmirch. I couldn't think of it because brain. Anyway, but I think probably there were so many good RP moments. Like I loved all the conversations. I mean, I think for me though, it was Sam and the dwarf. Like, just the whole thing where she like ends up with this little music box and then immediately is like, I'm gonna make a bomb. It was the best. It was the best. I loved it. I laughed so hard. I laughed a lot, which we know that we normally laugh a lot in our sessions and stuff, but like today was just really, really funny. I don't think we've all laughed this hard in a session yet.
Yeah, we ended on a nice high action tension moment. It kind of covered everything tonight, which is a lot of fun. All right, June, you're up. Who were you and what's your star?
All right. I'm June. I'm the guest star. I was playing Lindy. I'm not really online at all, so you can try and find me. You won't, but I mean, I have to agree. I loved the moment with the dwarfs. More so specifically, the side comment, should I tell her that I'm a vegetarian? After you gave him the largest piece of steak that you could find. That's it.
All right. And Tiffany?
Hi, I'm Tiffany, or TS, and tonight I played Sevalia, or Sib, your human ranger who's sometimes got a plan. I don't stream either, so you'll find me on Lantern's channel next Wednesday, and in a couple of weeks I think we're gonna try Candlekeep again, so stay tuned. Okay, my star came down. I had 2, but as I wrote really bad notes to myself, I'm gonna have to go with Molly and the walkie-talkie. Because I also had Katie versus Cormac when I think she challenged him, but I didn't write a good enough note to remember it exactly. So Molly and the walkie-talkie, it's got to be it.
Come tuck you in a minute, okay?
Oh, I had a wish and then I forgot what it was. So I guess I'm just going with my stars. As exciting as it gets.
Hello. That's going on a t-shirt. That's going on a t-shirt. Definitely. Pond? You're on mute.
I'm muted. I was unmuted this whole time, and because I clicked it, I thought I did at least. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm Pond, or that other Pond. You can find me over on Twitch, where I'm playing all sorts of things, mostly Fire Emblem though. And tonight I played Aveline, the human fighter, who did a lot of acting this game. She felt very cool for doing that. I'd say I had a few stars. Definitely the dwarf conversation. That was just like top notch. I love the fact that it was like not just one, but like 2 NPCs that Molly had to interact with that were like particularly unhelpful. And just, I was like, oh, but I really love the RP for it. And I also really like the sneaking lesson going into it, where you're like, you put your hands up like this and you just do. But I do also want to reiterate the walkie-talkie thing for not only the way it was delivered, but also I was in full belief of the fact that that was announced into a room for like the first half of that. And I was just dying. And I was really grateful that it wasn't, but it just was hilarious.
Well, I was ready for that until I said, always double check the plain text of the rules. And I looked, I'm like, oh, it's just message spelled with unlimited range. So, okay, we'll cut her a break on this one. And it's not like Molly jumped up to say, oh, I thought everyone was going to hear that. I'd be cool if it did, because I would have pounced that sucker.
To be honest, I made it a walkie-talkie because I didn't know that it was a beefed up. I did not know that. I have never been high enough level to get sending, okay? I don't know how the spell works.
It is, but it is. And go ahead and share your thoughts on the night.
Oh, okay. I'm Barely Molly. I share a lot of art over on Twitter at Barely Molly, especially of campaigns and such that we're in, and also other D&D funness. Okay. So many. Okay, first of all, finding Mackenzie in the cage, huge star. As soon as you pulled out the accent, I was like, Mackenzie, it has to be, which is incredible, and also confirms me that I think that Mackenzie is Katie's god. And then my second star of the night was the fact that I convinced Pond to roll to see how many teeth Aveline has left, which is 12 teeth, and I love it. I'm here for it. We will make you some dentures, I promise. But yeah, those are my stars of tonight for sure.
Awesome. And my name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I have no particular star tonight. It was just a lot of fun. I learned some lessons, again, as I always do when I game with these amazing players. We had a lot of fun. I love to hear their theories, because they always have theories, and they're always fascinating, and they're usually wrong, and that's 2/3 of the fun. But it's neat. There's also an art to finding like that right. I won't say much more about it, but no trolls. Dude, we're not offline yet. Why did you do that? Why did we do that? Why would you evoke them thus? But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad we got to the points we wanted to get to, and I got to re-role play my World of Warcraft character, who I haven't taken the dust off of in forever. And this is a character that, yes, I put all the energy into getting him the motorcycle and the flying machine when they first dropped, because darn it, that's what he would do. So That's the way we rolled. I want to give a massive thank you to the people on this amazing list that helped pay for all the fun stuff. Somebody had asked earlier, and I put it in the chat. There's a link. The artist is here on Twitch. Her Twitch name is Bcake, and her link is in there. It's also in the notes on the YouTube channel that go up when we push this over onto YouTube for archiving purposes. I always provide the link. She's an amazing artist and content creator. Probably one of the greatest artists I've met on on Twitch. And she did all this character art for us. And that's because these people on this list decided to put a little bit of money behind the stream before we started it and guarantee we could provide you this amazing content, which was a huge, big stinking honking pile of fun, for which I am profoundly grateful. Let me see if I can find where we're going to go from here. As we wind down, we always like to go somewhere coming out of here. And people I know that are playing different games, I think he's relatively early on, but I think, the choices, there are so many choices. I think we are going to raid into... No, they've been raiding just as long as we have, so that's not going to work. Okay, no one's steering us, so that means we're going to go say hello to Stella Luna. Always has good stuff at her channel. And she is currently playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So when you get over there, tell her I said hi and wish her well. I'll be debriefing with my players as I usually do. I'll try to get on there before I crash tonight. As you're preparing to raid out, I want to give a massive thank you to Cassie for bringing her people over here. I will also confess to you that your character in XCOM is dead. You weren't there. I felt bad. We moved on. But despite that, thank you for bringing your people here, and to Zambar and Arctic Knight for joining the family. Big thank yous to Hard Rock Hope and Cheesy Lad also for the raid that kicked it all off. And One Cheesy Lad for following off that raid. Massive thank yous to Eric for the piles of gift subs that he gave when he arrived. Your support is so deeply appreciated. It helps us keep the lights on, keeps me in the DM seat. And then last but absolutely not least, Outer Dork for his contributions tonight. If you want to see Outer Dork directly, he is also going to be in our Ravenloft game starting in a few weeks on the Sunday nights. So you'll get to see him as part of this thing, which should be a lot of fun. Until the next time we meet, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please stay safe.